It is another beautiful, it's another beautiful morning. Joseph Chimba, the Grassroots Media President, broadcasting live very far. Broadcasting live very far. So you can tell us exactly where you are watching the Grassroots Media from this beautiful morning. So you can tell us exactly where you are watching the Grassroots Media this beautiful morning. The number that you are going to use to call me, I'm using +258 87 38 40 55 3. That is the number that I'm using this beautiful morning. You can tell us exactly if you are watching us from Mozambique, you are watching us from Zambia, you are watching us from South Africa, you are watching us from Europe, you are watching us from wherever you are watching from. So you can tell me exactly where you are watching the Grassroots Media from. So the number that I am using for my WhatsApp, I can only receive WhatsApp calls. WhatsApp calls on +258 87 38 40 55 3. That is the number I'm using. If you want to call me, you can only use WhatsApp. That is the number I'm using. So I can only receive calls on WhatsApp. I can only receive my phone call, WhatsApp calls. So you can tell us exactly where you are watching the Grassroots Media from. If you are watching me from Zambia, you like Zambia. If you are watching me from here, where I am in Mozambique, you like Mozambique. Kwali talala kuichingirisha bagamu kwali bamapiri kuno. So you can the number I've put it on my screen there, which has +258 87 38 40 55 3. That is the number I'm using for WhatsApp, only because for WhatsApp. So you can drop down your messages. If you are watching me from Zambia, you like Chipata, Zambia. If you are watching me from Lusaka, you like Lusaka, Zambia. If you are watching me here in Mozambique, you like Mozambique, Maputo. If you are watching me from Johannesburg town, you like Johannesburg, South Africa. Today I want to know the countries that are watching the Grassroots Media. The Grassroots Media. I want to talk about general election 2026, because balando kwebati ubushiku ubufuire insofu byashirya insofu, and ballot studies of parliament ku Zambia, ballot studies of parliament pa 15, if I'm not mistaken, 15th of this month, January, ballot studies of somebody is asking me that can I the number is +258 87 38 40 55 3. I don't know if you are able to, if you'll be able to see there. This is the number I'm using. I don't know if I can do it like this. I don't know if I can do it like this. I don't know. Otherwise, the number I'm using +258. This is a WhatsApp line I use when I'm in Mozambique. So it's +258 87 38 40 55 3. This is the number that I use. Thank you so much, Frederick Mwansa. You are watching from Karurushi, Zambia. Thank you so much, Grace Kasonde Mutale. You are watching from Minu Dumutumbi, Kamwena area, that is Lusaka, Zambia. Thank you so much that Zambia is connected. Zambia is connected. So whenever you are watching me live in the areas of Mozambique, areas of Mozambique. So please, I've given you the WhatsApp line. If you want to call, you can call me on WhatsApp line so that but how you use foreign number for calls? Yes, that is a WhatsApp, man. So you want me to use what? This is the WhatsApp line that I'm using. So you want me to use what? Guys, tulenda guys. Kwani wako nokwenda every time uleshirikita vya Zambia awe. Sometimes waenda kofe. Sometimes waenda kofe. And roaming ninkwata kwa roaming number ngala kwata ndesta roaming so kutiwa tuma but roaming ili la putuka so that's why nami pere la WhatsApp on de bonfia. So WhatsApp on de bonfia plus 258. This is a Mozambican line. Plus 258 87 38 40 55 3. This is the line that I'm using where I am. So I can only receive calls on WhatsApp and roaming. That's why I'm giving you my WhatsApp line that I'm using where I am. Kailumwana shenda atasha ninokunaya. Umwana shenda atasha ninokunaya. So thank you so much, Evans Malusa. You are watching from 6 miles. That is Lusaka. Lev Piri, you are watching. I don't know where you are watching from. I want to talk about the election that will be happening there in the Republic of Zambia. Nalambo kula na pama politics. My election yala sika ku Zambia koko muri uko. Koko mule ubunga muri 50 kwacha. Ku Zambia uko ubunga muri 50 kwacha. Recover. So please kindly, my WhatsApp line, I'm still, this is a Mozambican line that I'm using. Doing something here. Kaimulanda to grassroots media tender. So they won't fear number and don't they won't fear WhatsApp line plus 258 87 38 40 55 3. This is Mozambican line. So if you are watching me from Karulushi, you write Karulushi, Zambia. If you are watching me from Mpurungu, you write Mpurungu, Zambia. The former province in the Fokula for Zambia. If you are watching me from thank you so much, Kenneth Chirongo. You are watching me from Mundola, Kabushi. Thank you, Patience Namfukwe na Mama Namfukwe Muriuri. You are watching from Kasama. We are getting you here very loud and clear. But Samantha, the bomb. You are saying. You are. I don't know. Batasira Nyangu, Lusaka West. Batasira Nyangu, Kulisha Lusaka West. Drop down your messages, and I'm still repeating the number that you can only call me on my WhatsApp line. I'm using Mozambican line because where I am it's far. You can only use a Mozambican line. Thank you so much, by Alex Marusa. You are watching from Lusaka Kafiwe. By Alfred Piri, you are watching from Petauke, Zambia. By Ronald Dimumba, you are watching from Kanyama, that is Lusaka, Zambia. Thank you so much that Zambia is connected. I want to see the people that are watching me from Congo, DR, and my brothers and sisters that are following me from here in Mozambique, and also my brothers and sisters that are watching me from South Africa and other countries. Thank you so much, Baswilanji. You are watching from the Copper Belt, by Gift Banda. You are watching from Mufulila, Zambia. By Elijah, MC Chisala. You are watching from Kabwe, that is Zambia. Please, somebody is asking me for the number that I'm using. I'm using a plus 258 87 38 40 55 3. That is my WhatsApp line. If you want to call me, you are going to use that's WhatsApp. Even when on top of the when you just see my broadcasting there, I've already put my WhatsApp line there. So kuti mwabula WhatsApp line ngamlefo kutuma mwatuma so that tuendera chapamo mwadishi bechalo echo cha Zambia kwa kuzambia kwali bensala uyokateka waba kuzambia ale bepati ubunga buka ba 50 kwacha fuel ikaba 12 kwacha per liter, fertilizer ikaba 250 efyale bepa uko kuzambia. So nomba mwebe na Zambia na nomba mwaisuka. Thank you so much, by Edward Chama. You are watching from Mandola, that is Zambia. I want to see my brothers and sisters that are watching me from South Africa, brothers that are watching me from Congo DR, Angola, Botswana, Mozambique, and other countries, so that I'll be able to see where I am today. Otherwise, the number that I'm using, I'm repeating. If you want to call me on WhatsApp, you are going to use Mozambican line where I am, plus 258 87 38 40 55 3. Your grassroots media tetende. Thank you so much, Basamata, the bomb you are watching from America. Panji Bota, you are watching from Winilunga. Justin Mwaba, you are watching from Luwingu. Chongo Stephen, you are watching from Chongwe. Habram, you are watching from Karundu, Lusaka. Thank you so much, Datalus. Please help me to share my broadcasting. Share my broadcasting. Because ninkwatefya kulande fingi pali ba opposition, ninkwatefya kulande fingi pali ba luring, ninkwatefya kulande fingi pali mwema Zambians. I've got a lot of things to talk about. I need to talk about the opposition, the confused opposition. I need also to talk about the confused government of the UPND. Abale yumfati obali kwa tamaka. Bale shikila nomba bambo gushikila. Bale mnakwati bakaberera mu government. Kwa shala 13 days nishibaya. Amaka nishiyapwa ba opposition, ba luring, ama members of parliament, ba councillor, ba mayor. Bonse kuya bebele. Tuleba bika mshitolokoshi. Kuya mkuba funtula. Bale ya. So you can tell us exactly where you are watching the grassroots media from. I want you to use WhatsApp to call. The number to use, namlefo kutuma ya WhatsApp. I'm using Mozambican line because that's where I am. So you can use plus 258 87 38 40 55 3. That is the line that I'm using. Where I am, it is very cold. Kwa libasana amapiri. And as you are aware, Mozambique yaba mpepina chimana na Indian Ocean, mwalishiba yaba mpepina Indian Ocean. So akamwelanga kaisa kulese chimwela. That's why mule monoku natubikako about that mule umfwala mwela umfwa ichongo cha mwela natubikako efya kubroka. As you can see, na bambrokela ko pakwe bati ichimwela chila umfuika mwalishiba kuloko tuli kuno. Kuloko tuli kuno. Mwebela Zambia mulishani. Mwebela Zambia. Tute shani mleko kota tute. Au koko tute kaidi. No, grassroots media tenda. Ba chabe badia. Okay. Ine kai na mbogo mewati. Mulandati. Na yo grassroots media. Tenda. So lero mwala bonfya Mozambican line onde bonfyo konde. Yukutari ishilanda kaide fo yari ayama days yonse na lero le ama days ya kukoti. So na isa Zambia na kukoti nganapuisha koti na tiafesi ntanda leko apalomba lero ni Mozambique eko natemwa sana ine. Kaili kuda ku Mozambique ngala isa tabanji bushe vya ma passport semu na Tanzania tabanji bushe vya ma passport na ku Congo tabanji bushe vya ma passport. Wanasema grassroots media karibu sana. Mnajua iwe lugha ya Mozambique. Wanasema Portuguese. Bonse wanaandika kwa Portuguese. Passportela. Passportela. Polisi ni polisa. Polisa, passportela. They are, they write in everything is Portuguese. Mozambique was the colonial masters were from Portugal. So balande Portuguese. So ngatawaisho kulande Portuguese. So they speak Portuguese. That is the official language. Just like where you are in Zambia, you speak English as the official language. But in Mozambique is Portuguese. Then in Tanzania, we speak Swahili. When I'm in Tanzania, tunasema Swahili. Hata Swahili mimi najua kusema. Bana Kenya nafika, Kenya ninafika, Kenya, Tanzania, Congo DR bana nijua sana. Hata lugha ya Tanzania, ya Kenya, ya Congo DR Swahili najua kusema. hata hapa nafika Mozambiki hapa ninaelewa Portuguese. Wewe unajua kusema Chiportuguese wewe? You know, you can't be a Zambian, born in Zambia, dying in Zambia. Sometimes to move. Mwafumako fe Muzambia, mwasa kupama pa Mozambiki. So that at the end of the day, today somebody like kwama politics. How run politics. So please, na papa, share my broadcasting because if you have to ifingi, and I'm giving you my WhatsApp line that I'm using here in Mozambique. I'm using plus 258 87 38 40 55 3. A number nde bonfia. So number nde bonfia Mozambique nde bonfia plus 258 87 38 40 55 3. A number nde bonfia. So ngamrefu okulanda pambula basa, you supposed to use my WhatsApp line. Na pamulu aponi mbika WhatsApp line pakwe bati mwalanda. So you can thank you so much Bakrala Musonda. You are watching from Chilabombwe. I'm happy to see you. Thank you so much. You know, God loves us. Where there is no way, God creates a way. So share my broadcasting, because upon the amba nali Mr. Promise ati ngalambo ama politics nalambo okulanda. Anomba ema politics o mwarefu okumfwa. Pantu baka inde ichilema nabaya. Amaka yabaka inde ichilema tabakwate parliament. Each one for himself. Na lebe baka inde ichilema. That you are going to be on your own. Fona lelanda. Na lebe a member of parliament. Na lebe a councillor. Na lebe a mayor Zambia. You are going to be on your own. Na imo mabata practice tribalism Zambia. You are going to be on your own. Because aka inde ichilema. No buteko bwa UPND. To allow studies of parliament. There will be no PF. There will be no UPND. There will be no what. There will be no government whatever. So yalama kabale bonfia. Intimidation. Augusta persecute abantu. They were just creating mountains against themselves. Because you see, when you are a leader and you want to be a president of the country, you don't be a leader of fighting people. You need to fight poverty. Kwisa mkuruana nensala pange nchito kubantu. Kubwesha fuel, kubwesha ubunga, kubwesha fertilizer, kupela masivo 17 mesha muchinshi, kupele ndalama ababomba kuma private companies ubuteko bwali leka kulandira kwa abantu ababomba mu private companies, ababomba kuli bamwenye, ababomba kuma Lebanese, ababomba kuma Chinese, ababomba kuba sungu. Zambian people are treated like slaves. When you go to the farms, ama farm ya aya kumukushi, mwaya mone mpia bapela ama Zambians. Impio sho bapela pede, kuri ababa sungu abakwata ama farm. Mwala musangi okwebati. Zambians are almost, they are treated like slaves. The money that they are paid like slaves. Indalame okwebati, you can't do anything. The government has been very quiet on the workers that are working, kuma white farmers in Mukushi and everywhere. When you look at how much money these workers are working from white farmers farm, those farms, Zambian people are paid peanuts. They can be abused. They can work from morning up to sunset, and they are paid peanuts in those farms in Zambia. In the farms of those whites, nobody can speak on their behalf. And when we look at the people that are working kuma Kamwala, balaba lebomba kuma Chinese, look at the salary that they are paid. They are paid peanuts. Nobody is talking on their behalf. Aba ichibale bomba muma supermarket, nobody is talking on their behalf. Aba ichibale muma supermarket, I am a foreigners. They are paid peanuts. The government of Akainde Ichilema is not concerned. The Ministry of Labor is just a white elephant. So Zambian people, we have got another golden opportunity. We have another golden opportunity. Once we lose this golden opportunity to change the government this year, brothers and sisters, don't regret what will happen after the general election. Zambian people, you have been mistreated by this failed government of Akainde Ichilema. And you know exactly that Kainde Ichilema cheated you that uzankala 50 kwacha. You the people in Zambia where you are, in Ndola, Kitwe, Chirilabombwe, Mwinilunga, wherever you are, in living southern province, wherever you are you buying unga at 50 kwacha, and the person that you voted is in the state house? What is he doing there? He cheated you, you gave him power, and today now he wants a second term. Mwalimu ona life yo mwapitamo. Kuli time yalo shedding. Akainde ichilema, and this government, they were exporting electricity to other countries. Are we not ashamed as a nation where you have got a leader in state house? He cannot look after the poor people. He was able to export crushed shamarite to another country. When you, the Zambian people, you needed electricity because the government of Akainde Ichilema and the UPND, they don't care for you. Now, this is your golden opportunity there in Zambia, where you are. You make another mistake, don't come and cry. Mwike samukulila. If what walikuwa tama opportunities, I have from Zambia. I can go to South Africa, I can go to UK, I can go to America. I'm a voice for the voiceless. I can settle in China, I can go, but because we love this country, the country which is called Zambia, that's why we always speak on the behalf of you people. So my brothers and sisters, wherever you are, I want to encourage you. God has given you life today. God has given you another golden opportunity. The way you were voting in 2021, you changed the government from PF, you brought UPND. Edgar Lungu had only 5 years, one term. 5 years, one term. Mwanimutamfishe. 2 years idia, ale puisha, yaba Michael Sata. Akweteve 5 years, mwamutamfia. Na akainde Ichilema, 5 years, alingiri okuya. Akainde Ichilema, him has never done anything. Look at the classrooms. 1 by 3 classroom. You go in a rural area where there are a lot of children. You put up 1 by 3 classroom and you are saying, na tupangama school. Ba PF, bale pangama boarding schools. Bale pangama classroom waengi. Not 1 by 3 classroom. Mwaya panga 1 by 3 classroom. Mwaya kateka ka 1 by 3 classroom pampanga. Which means, ni wa grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. Ngaba grade 7 bakasambila mwisi. Ngaba grade 8 bakasambila mwisi. Meaning that mwaya panga ka 1 by 3 classroom. Mwaya kateneka pampanga. Nishimwarando kwebati. Aba kabamulika laka class. Niba grade 1, grade 2, naba grade 3. Number. Ayama classes ya ashala. That's why ba PF bade panga. Ama classrooms ayengi. Ngabambo kupange skuru. Na babika na manganda aba teacher. Babika na manganda. Ayaba bomfi. Babika pona sola. Babika pona menshi. Kulogu shaba light. That's how PF was working. But when you look at the infrastructure of this failed government of Akainde Ichilema, there in the Republic of Zambia, you are going to agree with me that the UPND government is a waste of time. They are not taking us anywhere, and as a country, we need to realize that the people that we put in offices, but I want to become offices, brother. They come to work for you. Some people, they can say useless cadalism. I don't know. What do you mean when you say useless cadalism? I don't know. Yes, we have got useless cadalism in this country. They were saying there will be no cadalism. But when you go to them, the way they look, there are so many cadres in the UPND. And I'm happy to announce to you that the cadalism of UPND, most of the people, the politicians, the big politicians have cried that we have got double, now we have got double cadres in government offices and also in the markets. Kuma station cadres are there. Ngamwa kuma kulima tawa kurusako uko Zambia. Mwala musangi okwebati. Bamu ama minibus drivers bali batamfya kuli ba UPND ama cadres mulama bus station. Balongela mu streets bali bakanya kulongela mu station mulya. Because they supported PF, or they were supporting PF in the previous elections, and today they are not using those bus stations. I'm a minibus drivers. You can agree with me that cadalism is still there, and we have heard, the politicians have said, those who are working from ECZ, they are cadres there. The people that supported UPND are the people that support UPND. Aba lefuana ligada ya UPND. Kuna kuzambia mulangala. mwasenda omuntu alikada alefuna na t-shirt ya UPND o mwatola kuisizeti kuti mwalanda ati mwaliba serious mwayabula kada walefuana na t-shirt ya UPND mu 2021 ale support ya UPND nafuana na t-shirt ya UPND ne chitenge ewa yaba mkubomba as a speaker tule kwa tension aloko na ule charefo kwaba ko na ule charefo kwaba when we are tolerating nonsense. Zambian people, you are tolerating nonsense. As a result, the country Zambia will remain the same. I'm a foreigner, they will be coming in that country. Imumwema Zambia and Zambia. Tamulanda, Mabanga Bachiburu. A foreigner who come there, I mine, and they send the copper free. Mwabapela tax or the foreigners. You can't see that in Mozambique. You can't see that in other countries. Why? Because the people in Mozambique, they respect their own country. They trust their own people. Mozambican first. When I was in Tanzania, Tanzanian first. But in Zambia, you can allow foreigners to take all the shops. You go in Kamwala. You go in Chachacha. Most of the shops are occupied by the foreigners. You go in Lusaka town. In the capital city, you call capital city. They are all foreigners, they have taken all the shops. You go in the shanty compounds. When you go in the shanty compounds, you are going to see all the shops have been taken by foreigners. But when you are in Mozambique, you are when you are in other countries, they respect their own people first. Because you cannot build a nation on the principle of depending on foreigners. Foreigners, they migrate. Foreigners are like birds. They will come to Zambia, get the money, change it into dollar. When they see that the economy is very bad, they will start going to other countries where they can go and survive. By the time you are going to realize, you are going to find that your country is bankrupt, your country, Mamilo is Banaba. But when you are going to have your children, you will find that I'm a foreigner, because there is a government. When you have got a useless government will give foreigners tax holiday. You cannot give a foreigners tax holiday. Then you are a useless government. You cannot use tax. You cannot give foreigners tax holiday. You know when you say tax holiday, meaning that I've been telling the government of Wakainde Ichirema, why can't you give tax holiday to the Zambian people? But civil servant jabo ababomba kuko mwabapela ku tax holiday kula chita importing yotoka without tax, because you can't give a foreigner who comes from Europe aisa ku Zambia oko mwampela holiday alese nde chuma free. The nama Zambia nama teachers abadefo kushite myotoka from Japan. Does it make sense to the Zambian people? To you the civil servants, does it make sense? You can agree with me to say it doesn't make sense. Mwabura ama Zambian, eba lady pirama tax. I'm a foreigners baisa. But they say, but are you a serious nation, you the Zambian people? Are you serious? Zambian people, are you serious? Umuntu wa isabu buteko, ale vepa tu bunga bukachipa. Mkalashito obunga 50 kwacha. Lelopo tulela ndo bunga bwali dola. And most of you, muladi obwali. You are wasting your money on millimil. Because ubunga mu PF bwali 120. Apepo tulela ndo bunga, buri shinga. Ubunga, buri more than 300 kwacha. So akainde ichilema, nga mwashita divide by 50 kwacha. Mwashita divide 300 kwacha. Kuti mwashita obunga bunga, muri 50 kwacha. Akainde fiade vepobufi. And because you the Zambian people, most of you are cowards. You fail to tell Akainde Chema the truth that you are a liar. That's why they don't chula. Because you are tolerating politicians who are failures. You know, abanenu kufialo. Ngacha kwebo kweba chibamuna chikateka talebomba. They come out and speak. Because the politician, they are paid. Why are you paying Akainde Ichilema? Indalama mule mpere shashi. Because echo mule mpere indalama. Echo ale forela. because ale miebo kweba tubunga buka ba 50 kwacha. That's why you voted Akainde Ichilema. Mwalefu ayo bungo bwa chipa. Ale lando kweba tifiwo ikachipa. Efe Akainde Ichilema ale miebo. Andi wa Zambia walibala kundola. Naba kashina ukwata. Naba na ukwata. Again urefuka mkuvota UPND. Number walitemu echalo chobe. Walitemu waba kashina bana. You are struggling to buy a bag of meal. Then you want to go and vote the same government that has increased the prices of everything. Chinwe charo, ichwe charo, echo tuikala mwecho chesu cha Zambia. For it to develop, we need the people who are wise. Abantu aba kwa tamano, aba kwa study mind by politicians. These politicians, when they come into government, they are paid. And the reason why they get paid is to improve your lives. But the people that you brought in government, they have completely failed to improve your lives. So why should you vote Akainde Ichilema and the UPND? You should ask yourselves, wherever you are, mukavotera abantu ababufi, mwalitemu echalo chesu, mwebekala kundola, mwalitemu kundola, aba politician muleba foreshe ndalama, using taxpayers money, elaborating a mwashita, bala fumiyako akandala percentage. When you cannot bring anything that you are importing from another country to bring them in Zambia, anyone clears a container with the container of phones, then that person in Galeshama phone, alashitako add value, alashitako add in everything that you pay. Government gets certain money, and the profit that businessman makes, you have already paid tax to the government. Elo Akainde. Ale bule ndalama isha chalo, ale bonfya fuel free, ale ninendeke free, mwema Zambia ni mulechula. And you are thinking again kuvotela UPND, kubwesha Akainde Ichilema. What do you want to achieve? Cho mrefu wa usita achieve change. Ubuteko nga wafiro kubomba, kulinga nefe ba miebele. You shouldn't vote that government again. Elo echibe mbachilando kweba ati, aka kunyelele tekalabwa. Mwana ni mwebe na Zambia fo mchulile. Na mchula. Uwale mibepa tari sambila economics. Ale enda na calculator. Kulando kwa fio kaba 12 kwacha. Ba PF, pali fio, bale ibapo 3 kwacha. Ifwenga tuwaisa, fio kaba pali 12 kwacha per liter and 10 kwacha per liter. Fio nga chipa, mwebe na Zambia, ubunga bura chipa. Fio nga chipa. Kwa tarusene echalo. Gapali ba president usha kwa tarusene abantu ni Akainde. Ali shwati muchalo chelu cha Zambia echo. Kwali baba shibombe nchito. Kwali baba kote. There are people who are hot. Kwali baba militaries. Abasha kwa tapa kumo kuboko. Sorry, ndikuma mountain. Fuma pilipili so. Ka network. Mwalishwa kuma pilipili. Yes, is your number working? I try to call. You can use plus 258 87 38 40 55 3. That is the number I'm using on WhatsApp. Roaming ila putuka sana. So you can use plus 258. That's WhatsApp only. Plus 258 87 38 40 55 3. I'm talking about 2026 general election. I'm talking about UPND government, and I also talk about this opposition political parties. Somebody is saying I'm calling. Okay, I can see. Thank you. Can I see a call here? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, boss. How are you?
I'm okay now, Chimba.
I'm okay, boss. Where are you calling us from, boss?
I'm a Zambian. I'm in Guangzhou. I'm in China now.
Thank you so much, my boss. How are you?
I'm all right. Thank you, Chimba. My name is Dr. Musa Kafimbo.
Bakalamba bandi mwalile ku China huko.
Ndifo we know to Masambiri Rofia. I'm actually concluding next week in the work in Makunganda.
Mulebwera mu Zambia.
Bakalamba
namu mona echala fo bapange echo China. Tukafika diladi ya pali yo stage.
I'll take to fike. I've learned multiple factors why we can't reach where China has been. Number one, it's a principle of togetherness. And that's very important when we know that we can only do things ourselves. Nga tuwachetekera abantu bambi okutukulira ekyalo is not possible. It's actually our duty, our mandate, our responsibility okukula ekyalo kyesu. And we can only build the kyalo through our natural resources. There's nowhere in the world okotungafunya edi awe. What God has given us is what is going to make us very unique people. For example, imigodi ama minerals yeso, climate, agriculture, utumana tuwa kwa tama water bodies can make Zambia a different destination ngetuachita utilize palesa atupela. In brief, let me say this. UPND, to me, is not a very bad government. I'll give reasons why. And I know you have been a champion on multiple times platforms to spot the mistakes. But get this picture. I'll give an example of the Ndola Lusaka Tukarege way. Umusebo watampirwe na former government, but implemented by the UPND government. So government yonse isa ila chitako achieve ufimo. What I've just learned out of a lot of research. Wambe fya new fyonse kumanakati abali potaweshi wenangu chimo. Therefore, ni shimwaruwe nshila. You misplace yourself. To get to the channel that Panomba Tulesela, it will take you a couple of years. Ukuta appreciate onso of Mapo, Chariba Wino, because you now see ama failures yabo and capitalize on those and do actually more. Ama developed countries, mistake to kuwata, twachita finger point ukumona kwati abalipo tabachirena nguchimo. At the end of the day, we miss the point. In conclusion, for the sake of other people to participate, nga waupo umuntu wa upuapo umwana kashi wa upuapo ero bakweba ti ali mukashwa bachimba ulia for 8 years. Ero neneka fimbo na mupoyo mwana kashi na ibati awe inenala opashimba fya mutafisha fishi befyo ero mu bachimba mwabuli banandi sana nana kwata mafia muchupo ndisa kuli bachimba mubere kuti mumpande kwa mafia aya muchupo kumona kashimwalekere efikistika lero mu Zambia yali upwapo was married to Sungu, and we want to go to the same Sungu to Apokeleko Zambia to panda amount to develop Zambia. It's not possible. We can only stand firmly as a people and realize that the past has been the past. This is the present. The future is the papa nabenda mufialo ngabenda fie not aping chibambibachista. What I've learned from China is that they reduce on the costing for so many years. Apandela, and it's not possible to communicate with China without getting into their system. You need to, download a lot of apples on the phone. You need to buy their SIM card different to ours. So we live like if it developed already. But when it's all developed, they always want to get more and get out of if you want to Zambia. The Zambia we need ni Chishimba. It's a country where I'm standing next to the mirror, I'm seeing you. I'm seeing you as me, seeing Chishimba as me. When I injure Chishimba, I feel I'm injuring my biological sister. A united, unified people of this land that are able to see Umunankwe Naine. I feel the pain of Chishimba in me because Chishimba is born unique. He has some ideas. A degree, a master's degree to work with PhD. A man who has opera. uniqueness ya muntu is even to the smallest unit of muntu muchalo that can even bring some ideas to implement them. At the end of the day, we need a country that sees this tribe as this unitness can only be there when you want to bring lesser baby. And the Chalo person, whether the richest wealth mineral center of the planet that can develop when people don't love each other. Never. Remember, God used Moses to divide the empire of Egypt under Pharaoh to bring disunity. So when we want to see and we want to be mocking them about the Tawarire, you want to be mocking them. That's not the Zambia we want. We want a country where we wake up all of us simply say, let's embrace ourselves, spend much time in thinking, spending time of working side by side. Each one of us could be a walking stick to develop Zambia. At the end of the day, UPND should only change some narratives of seeing this one putting this color is not okay. At the end of the day, becomes theirs and it becomes a baby. No, we are only one people. We can be a family of different supporters of different teams. At the end of the day, we share the same meal, sleep together, share problems. In principle, we need to believe in ourselves, love each other, and know that no land is better than Zambia. Because we are God's favorite, we have so many minerals, but the question could be, who's enjoying our resources which are God given? Who enjoys our God in Fumbwe? If not a good Zambian like you and me, the question could be why? Let's go that direction, that these things are God's manna given to us as a people, and we can only develop them if we feel they belong to us. That's my take.
Thank you so much, boss. Dolo mukalafu makuchaino komuka ndetela kufyaka kundetela pakutuka kumale ku Zambia.
No problem. Chikala ine kukitwe. Yeah, it's a stand kitwe.
No mbaba kalama tamasendele ko bunga. Kwaishi bakabwali kai.
La kaya chula fika kodoko waje kokede wala ni chula gochoshi. But otherwise I'm used.
Okay, thank you so much, bro. God bless.
It's my pleasure. Keep on interacting. It's your right. Keep on chatting. Keep sharing notes. But remember, leaders come and go when they're on authority. Let's just respect them. I feel that Zambia is still mourning why we lost a leader and buried up to now. And we only feel that let this thing be concluded to Shike Walungu. Let's go to my elections very united and peaceful. You know, we can't advise what people don't want to listen, but what we need is a better Zambia tomorrow.
Thank you so much, boss. God bless.
You're welcome. Thank you, stay well.
Yeah, that was a doctor according all the way from China, crossing over to Mozambique. I'm happy that I'm still giving the line. If you want to call, the line is plus 258 87 38 40 55 3. That is the number I'm using for WhatsApp. So if you want to call, you can call me on that line. And I'm happy that there are so many people that are joining my broadcasting, and I'm asking that you can share my broadcasting. Ichalo chesu cha Zambia echoyo mwaikalako na ngocho tuwaikalako tulingire to respect what God has planted in that country. Let's all become a copper, let's all become a gold, all become a sweet light, all become a cobalt, all become a coal, all become what if you love him with the kwata ama milo zotu akwata elo lesa ali kwatoruse ali akanye chalo ku Mozambique ali bapelako ali bapela ama hapa every day bale pangenda rama because yaba na Indian Ocean. So I'm a ship is every ship that is docking, they are able to get indalama bale pangenda lesa ku Zambia ali tupela copper, ali tupela ma sweet light, ali tupela gold. when you go to Mpika, you go to Northwestern, there's RBK Chuma, muchalo chesu cha Zambia. Zambian people are still beggars. We are still looking up to the tables of the people who are colonial masters. Everybody Dr. Bachiralanda. Then always Ndalanda. When you are in Mozambique, when you are in South Africa, when you are in Tanzania, wherever you in countries where people they think about development. Now yesterday na Delanda kwebati ubuteko obwa kwatamano ba UPND nga bambo kupange chipatala. I was giving an example kuchile chipatala cha Bangwe Uru Hospital icha kuruwingu. Ba PF bambira kupanga ichipatala monga UTH. Ichipatala chikuru icha kuchitakava Northern Province na mchinga ichipatala chikuru bale chipika Bangwe Uru Hospital. Ever bambira kwa ichipatala chikuru. It is not normal ukula senda umuntu ubulwele nga bwakula from Kasama General Hospital kumutwala kurusaka ku UTH. So bambira upange chipatala chikuru ba UPND elo bayingire mu buteko mu 2021 chile chipatala bali sa cancelling ila project, meaning that government isuma ngachakwebo kwebati bambo kupange chintu balingire bakonka nyapo no kutashani bapwisha chile chipatala bantu chipatala chabantu chakwafirisha abantu abakwiso abakumbala ati bakulya abena Kasama kuti bale apalya abakumporokoso abena Ruwingu abakuchirubi abakukawambwa abakupambashe kuti bale yakula kuti chile chipatala bali bakainde chimero bayishire chile chipatala bakansolinga, meaning that government it is continuation. That's why Mkasanga America here is to develop, because every project, a good project must continue. The only thing that you can stop is about corruption, but any project of government must continue. Na ila ineba Dr. Balanda padi Lusaka Ndola duo college we ngatuwalola sha PF yari shari panga ma duo college we ahengi ngatuwaingira mu Lusaka yonse ama township ya yengi ya kwata ama duo college we ngamulefu mamutani mu Lusaka mule akuchilenje ni duo college we mwapita mubama lodi mwapita la ngamule ku ngombe mule pita Muzambezi lodi ni duo college we ngamule ku mulefu maku high court local court high court paria na pa Supreme Court mule ku ZNBC mule mkusanga overbridge ageri mwaya kumutendele maduo college we. Then from Ndola itwala ndo kwebata ba FTJ bapangire Ndola tu Kitwe duo college we bapangira maduo college we paria semu ba PF balipanga Kitwe Chingola duo college we PF yali bombere. Then mulandi wa kwebati ichalo lomba ila chambo kuchinja. We are in a fast world. Nga mwalole shama accident ya chitika from Lusaka to Ndola mwaza musango kwebati ama accident ya chitika abengi abantu bafuira pa musebo nga kwa balodi accident ba PF efe batire design umusebo bali chita design kula ndo kwebati tulingetu apanga modern infrastructure iya kufuma pan Lusaka kuyafika mu Ndola bala ndilo kwebati mpakupanga duo college we tukapanga na township roads kulia ama town ala pita duo college we yala ma township roads kabwe apa le pita duo college we abakuya kukungungu ama tama kyonzemu abakuya ku IRG yonse ama township roads mukabwe ngabali panga ba PF pantu bale fafyo kupanga obusebo uwafuma fe kurusaka ukuyafika ku Ndola bale fo kupanga na township roads mu Ndola ukubika la Kapiri ukubika na Kabwe ngabali panga ma township roads pakwe ba duo college we taire onaika abantu tebale bonfya bengi tebale butukoga mbonfya duo college we somba ba UPND lo baisa basa chita council barando ko yatola panga fya akamusebo akakuya straight from Lusaka kuyafika ku Ndola and ba PF batile abantu nga balensha baranaka bali mikire ko twakubika government ngari pangako nango ka roji tuma roji twakwebata abantu nga banaka ba parking balala bali pila ko ndalama uindalama shebo ya mubuteko babika kwa ma restaurant pakwe bati nga wanaka wakonekela pa government hotel o government monteo o government restaurant wakoneka walia aba kubomba ku restaurant wale kwata kwendalama again ba PF batire mulandi wakwe bati nchendera lepa abantu balanaka ela kula balama road accident yekupunga na vekweka kula bo muntu nana kashipula abeuka nangwale butuka elo lomba afiro kontola motoka kula bo kupeuka elo muntu ngabeuka ngatapali akapatala tapali kamini hospital abantu bakalafwa so ba PF batire muri contract ya do college because tulingira twapange chalo chakwe batina bana kufyarwa bakese konkamo bakaletasha ichi eve ba PF babikiremo but ba UPND because ba PF bali kwetera formula ya kupanga do college wetu ndola ba UPND balisa senda ile formula ya PF. That's what we are talking about. When you have got people, continuation of project must be there to develop a nation. Tekweba chinenga na ba president wa chalo. Then baka inde ichile mefe ba panga fionse. Kuisa vifumia. Number 1. Tefyo tubomba mu government. When you are in Mozambique, government ya lipo ngari kwete omusebo. Yari ambili omusebo. Aba isa bambi aba isa. Basamba baingira mu buteko. Balingire bapwisha uli omusebo because omusebo wachalo elo wabantu tetule mfilo omusebo nangu ichipatala jealous. That's why most of the times in Ndalanda nga tulefu wa develop chino echalo tukakwate ifunde ili akulando kwebati ku southern province nga chakwebati aba ku southern province balefu aya imisebo tulingire every year budget yafuma twalapanga 200 kilometers in each province elo bata uyumusebo lefaika bayakanya ngama 50 kilometers ngama 100 kilometers ngama 40 kilometers bayakanya uko abe misebo kale balingire bamona ifilefaika fish uko bapanga kale misebo like Lusaka most of the places yali kwate misebo ba PF bali shabali panga misebo fish abantu balefwaya elo lomba balando kwebati mu Lusaka if tulefwa nifi nga tulefuma mu Lusaka we are driving from Lusaka town. You are going to Charleston. Mwala musangi okwebati. Ba PF bali shabali pangama overbridge. Para pa Monday, after Monday, bali shabali panga overbridge. Para pa East Park. Na mtu alando okwebati. Parkets. Bali shabali panga overbridge. Imi otoka shimbi. Chile pita panshi. Chimbi chile pita pamuru. The reason why ba PF bali panga chile misebo. Ishaku panga chimo pamuru. Chimo panshi. Because we have migrated from analog. We are into digital. Meaning that we are in a fast world. In a fast world, people must be very busy. People must be move very fast. So where the problem is, when we are driving from East Park to Apitapa Unza Paria, PF yari shari panga maduo college we. Mwalimona maduo college we ewa panga. It's about 3 lane this side. Kuya fika palapa, munadi roundabout. Ngama fika pa munadi roundabout paria. Pale ba congestion. PF ya pangile overbridge. Chimwembe otu kashile pita panshi, chimoshile pita pamuru. Ufuma paria, nga tulea kuda aku, mwebe kala kurusaka. We are driving from Munari roundabout. We are going kula bashika abantu kumutumbi. Ba PF bali shabali panga duo carriage way. Kuya fika kulia, kuya kumutumbi kula. Bali panga duo carriage way. Nga ndebe pa mulanda grassroots media lewepa. Echo bambila pa makantries yonse fesu kwami echaro. Bambila na capital city. Capital city nga bapuisha. Elo bambo kuingia nomba. Muma places mumbi. Na mwena umulefu aika. Obutungurushi. Nokutwale chalo plantage. So, Lusaka nga waingira yari chinja. Badi baka inde ichile matuwali balomba na ba UPND. Moneni. Nga tuwafika pala babi kechi koko paria. Ichi hybrid paria. Pala paka unda square paria. Mwala nga mwala kuchoston. Pala ba congestion para ba PF batile after ba panga ile overbridge ya pa munadi roundabout ba no kuya para pa next pa roundabout ya para pa hybrid para ba bikech koko azwa ya mu Great East Road bale fo kubikala pela overbridge pakwa ba team yotoka chile pita fast imi yotoka chila senda abantu abapusana bamu abantu bala bapabukuru bamu abantu bala ruwala ma BP and that is the capital city imi yotoka chile pita fast chile enda fast chapusala kuna matown yapu sana but mukasanga tu muntu na ruwala ala afira mu musebo olo bale mutola kuchipatala mwala sanga tu muntu afira pa musebo muna ndi wa congestion. So when we have got traffic, a good government, we are in a fast world where tulingire tu achitashani imisebo chinge good road network ilingire yaba best kulaba muntu narwala ninginga ndaire pia naba muntu minafona tinga ndobe yamba okupia amakize ukwete wasanga congestion chakweba tinga ndayapia tamwaishi batinga ndayapile mnanda kwebati amaki alisenda asanga chi congestion. We are in a fast world. That's why twalela ndokwati ba PF bambilokta they are to put the infrastructure first. Nomba ubu afyo obwa chikeja kwebati amakadaza abe nabashasambirira. Zambian people they voted out PF because of this ababe abafiko bakada abashasambirira. Eba lengela ba PF balusa ama election mwafumya po obuteko ubu ale panga ama infrastructure mulandi wa makadaza abe nabatumpa amakadaza abatumpa bafumya po obuteko ubu ale panga espatala ubu ale panga ama infrastructure kwebati nga walolesha nga mwapa local government mwala musange build ba local government ministry tabakwete building nga mwapa minister of infrastructure ma new building eka nga mwaya kuma building ba PFO basha murusa kamaka nga mwaya muchoma mwala musange ama modern building because nga mwaya mu Livingstone mwala musange modern intercity bus terminals ku Livingstone ba PF bali tuwele ama infrastructures everywhere but because they fail to manage these useless cadres, the same cadres they have migrated from PF, they are in new PND. That's why mulesa ngokweba tichao chesu tapale ko chilea because tete musendi ama cadres mubabikoma offices tete musendi ama cadres aba kwebati benecho baishi bakulia they cannot see the future after 20 years. No kumono kwebati yo ba PF bambiro kupangechi pantu ba PF bambiro kupangechi ba UPND nga twapwisha bakala ndo kwebati inangana isa as a president of the Republic of Zambia. The first thing kulolesha efyo ba UPND bambiro kupanga finishi era nachita address ichalo ububu teko bwa UPND na bushama classes pa window level ari 1000 kuya no kukopa twalangisha kuchalo ba UPND na bashia ama building ama building ya CDF ashakosa ya mwana akwate milale twarambo kuyapangamo pakwebati ama building tukwate yakosa twambo kupitamo tulepita elo twachita address ichalo mwebe na Zambia our first 2 years tamwamonepo ichi anyonchi twarapanga twarambe okupisha ama infrastructure ishimisebo barefurukuta bakainde barefurukuta twarapisha se Sheke Road twarapisha uyu musebo barefurukuta bakainde kwaburo kupisha twarapisha nga twapisha elo nombe tukesa yambaromba ku ABCD na bena Zambia bakachita understand to educate our people because good governance is continuation. Good governance is continuation. Efo yaba. Nomba mu Africa fiba Dr. Bachilalada. Chilasa ngokwebati. Government nga yafumapo. Fiyafe bale sila ngufisu mabareka. Yo bakala ndache kiaba UPND. Burobu teko nishinabu ya. Because government is continuation. Ne fitwala fumiyapo baka inde ichilema. Nga tuwasango kwebati baka inde ichilema. Ila free education yo baleta. Nga ile panga sense tukaisa continue but our free education will be different if yaba na baba pampa ngempanya ama teachers bale firo kufunda what we are going to do going so about twala free education ma uko abana be school omo baba pampa ngempanya tukambira infrastructure ama school kuya mkupanga new classrooms bakwe bati abana bapampa ngempanya aba banainte mu class 100 mu class abekala punch tukesa kwanisha ukupanga ama infrastructure ama school teacher akadefunda kola ngwaba 50 na ngwaba 40 ama learners ngwaba pupils pakwe bati alepe mwenako not teacher ale bakwati na pena ngafuma mu classroom aba fyo waotoka this time ba teacher ngwa watumina phone how are you teacher kula otoka fe plus na salaries yabo yaba yanon ero alefunda bana abengi. So as a government, a new government that is coming, we are not going to stop the free education because the free education was introduced by the Patriotic Front, not even the PF. The first government that introduced free education was UNIP. By MMDLO by Shireisa, by Safmiako free education. Elo by PF by Shireisa, by Shirebuesha free education from grade 1 to grade 7. By UPND, basarunda kufia ma classroom from form 1 to form 5 ba PF ba kwete from grade 1 to grade 7 eba kwete population ikuru iya free education ba UPND barunda kofe imi akeshi nono barunda kofe imi akeshi 5 ba PF bakwete emyaka 7 ya marena zangu ama pupils. So tekulanda tiba UPND ebaleta free education bale imanama bakabale toroka yo twaleta free education akainde era mibepa tewambirapo free education era mule mweba akainde ekirema iskulu wasambirire ya free education ya bakaunda tamu ya bakaunda bale forecha na mapenso bale forecha na mapuku chite ya bakaunda pale lembana paria Kenneth Kaunda Foundation ema buku bale tupera free ibuku ngari apwa na ngwaba nobe bakwibira wala kuri ba head teacher ama buku ba deputy head teacher eba lesunga ama buku wala ukonkonje ba teacher ine buku lyapwa na nguna banjibila na nguna lilo kwa fwe balesambira kumushi imfula nga yakuloka ama buku nishi yabomba uruchelo wala kuri ba teacher kuri ba head teacher na ngudi ba deputy ama buku yali bomba ba deputy balabura mabuku ngani 7 bala kupela bakulembera ponation ngata waishiba bakupela na mapeni bakupela ngani mapenso bakupela wana mu classroom wala sambira. That was free education under Kenneth Kaunda. So akainde ichirema no tyale yumvu ale imama baka na director free education akainde ichirema abena mazoka barabonse abena nani ababonse mule mona abakaramba abena nevasi mumba bonse basambire school ya free. So akainde ichirema no tyale imama baka ya nabena ababonse mule mona bena Father Frankie Bwalia basambira maskuru aya free. So te utilati bale bepalero free education ati akainde ichirema na bomba mulandu wakweba ati kwali ba free education fila tulangisha obututu kwatiri mbi free education akainde ichirema ewa chitapo introduce from 1964 bakaunde bambe free education na bamwa baretamba chondera ndabale sumina akainde ichirema ela imama baka ela mubepa akainde ichirema school wasambire ni free bakaunda bale sambisha free education na bena eti kalungu balya bale sambira free education. So ngabalando kwebati yo twaleta free education. It is not the first time Kaunda ewa aleta free education na alibikile from grade 1 up to the university tapadi wale pila paunza namba na kaya nambo kwa pela ba UPND nango ba mwema kwa tamano mfwene fyo nanda nga tulafo kuleta free education ya kwa tamano tulingile tu achitazo aba ku university of bada aba ku university bada like ba grade 12 nga bapwisha maskuru nango ba form 5 nga bapwisha maskuru ba tulingile tu akwata bakaunda fyo bachitire bakaunda bali lweleshe party security. There is what we call security ya libe up sana kwa liba security of food security kwa bana security ya chalo. So bakaunda fyo bachitire he was killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Bakaunda was killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Bale bula aba ichenga bapwisha maskuru bala batwala kuzedenesi bale amukubombe chima iwari bomba free education ela waya kuzedenesi for 2 years waya bombela kwa buteko for 2 years kadi wali sambilila 2 years elionga waya kuzedenesi kulia bala mukusambilisha how to handle a weapon, how to handle a AK-47, how to handle a weapon. Pakwa bati chinwe chalo nga kwadi shire nkondo uli wonse can be there to protect icharo kuya bula fe wonse ama AK-47 to apapa nga kwa ise nkondo to ambaro kurwa le fipondo eva bakaunda bachitire. Kaunda was killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Elio aba kuzedenesi actually promote agriculture ukurwa ne nsala pakwa bati chalo chakwa tefya kulia bali aba ichenga bakuzedenesi bala basange ngombe bala lyako ngombe lero malo bala lyako esabi malo bala lyako ama fruits kwali horticulture Kaunda ale sta encourage abantu ukula byala ma fruits pakwa bati ngabaya kuzedenesi tabaka sange salaba chitaba kabutuke lero bali yako enama malo bali yako esabi malo bali yako beans baba ichebare umfobino from grade 12 era lomba uli omo ichenga appreciate school bamupela 2 years abomba kuzedenesi abombela ichalo free ever chilefuaika nomba ku University of Zambia no lipila ni shira 2 years ale bomba ya ale bomba pakwe but government bale mta prepare kwa ku University of Zambia kwa kopa belt to university kuya Africa feli shali bomba kale ali bombele chalo aya ku University of Zambia amusambira degree amusambira masters nishari ali bomba kale chalo. That is the only way we can develop this country. Kuri bari abashakwa tapa kumo kuboko. Badi twa John said ifyariwa. mwamva badaba ichaba pusha maskulu astie ngabali ya kuze DNS no kuya kuze DNS kuya mkubomba free for 3 years ngabaya bomba free years na ma uniform baba fuarika baba trainesha how to handle a weapon for security of our country. Then again yabala bomba ma farm ukubala sambira okuchita ando this week bako kuma farm this week bamukusambira to handle a weapon. We are going to protect this country. Ichalo tachita langa musunga kaunda are sambirisha bana mayo aba iche bonse bali kwetepo wisdom bali shibo kweba ichalo tachika langa musunga mayo uti kwabuke nkondo ichalo chimbi chatu imina umuntu wonse ngala kwata kwa idea iya kuchita ando weapon twala kubalaki. Oh, abadi ba former ZDNS ni banani. Grassroots media pond. Ba kawilepo badi hapa. Ba jopo badi. Guys, inkondo ya isa. Ama buipori naya. Tuamba ukurua. Everybody must have security to protect this country. Everyone must have food security to put food on the table. But aba chaba, this time aba chaba denu wafi. Nga mwalanda tiba ZDNS. Bala senda ba ichi 2,000. Nangu 10,000. Bamu baraku. Bara mgu teke sadi. Bamo bara kuma famu mkulima ma orange bamo free for 3 years ngabafu makulia yalama orange ama pineapple yalambo kuishtisha baraba ichenga ba kuma university filefyo ba chefyo bali ma efka bali pilila kuma university. This country can be a very nice country. No baba ichenga ba puisha bale nwafi obwarwa aba ichenga ba puisha bale upwa ku Zambia. What are we going to achieve as a nation? That's why it is important. But Dr. Nabalanda would have gone back to what we go. We go back to our drawing boards. Then from there, we pick it from there. But the this time. But Baba Fiaba to Aba no. Mwala kuze Dennis mwana musange. Imi otoka shaze Dennis na shipaking. Finish parking ile. Imi otoka shaze Dennis shari parking afe na shikana. Because aba ichenga bare basenda ngabapuisha maskuru barando kweba tibonse aba ku Southern Province tola kama farm aba there for 3 years tukabata sponsor ku University of Zambia bala bomba 3 years kuma farm aba kubyala ma potato aba kubyala ma Irish potato aba kubyala ma sugar cane bale byala aba ichi bale bomba 3 years then ngabale inuka bare lyafesi yakulya nama mattress mwali bapangira nama mosquito net mwali bapera nama tent bale lala nama uniform bale fuala nama weapon bale sambirira how to handle weapon. This country can be a better place for all of us, but because inga tulelanda chelo katata kwa tamano. Thank you so much doctor for that message all the way from South Africa or from all the way from China. Brothers and sisters, we are talking about 2026 general election. You can contribute on my WhatsApp line that I'm using is a +2 58 87 38 40 55 3 here in Mozambique, Maputo. So, mule tu mama phone number ndidi on hapa. Milanda tio Grassroots Media. Okay, I've seen some a missed call here. Let me try to call. Because if you can have a WhatsApp missed call, I can still call. So you can't say you don't have bundles. Okay. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, boss. I've seen your missed call. Hello, boss.
Yes. Hello?
Yes, boss. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks, boss. How are you?
I'm okay, boss. Your names and where are you? Because I've just seen the missed call on my WhatsApp, then I've called you. I am on my love broadcasting.
Yeah, I'm following the broadcasting. I am based in Lusaka. I am Kasenga.
Yes, brother Kasenga. You can contribute. You can speak the language that you want.
Yeah. What you are saying is true. And like for us Zambians, like what we really need, like at the moment, is a unit. But I don't know this selfishness among the opposition leaders, why they can't unite so that they just stand for one thing. I don't know what is there for them, what's so difficult for them just to come up with one leader and unite and support that person. Yes. But what is needed is for us to unite, work together, and just have a common goal. Okay? We need to, we need to delete this, to fight the issue of tribalism in the country. Okay? You need just to have one common goal, despite where you are coming from, be it Southern Province, be it Wapla Province, be it every 10 province of Zambia, everyone should feel at home. Okay, not whereby you visit a public office and someone starts asking your tribe, say, and you think someone is being treated differently. No. But you see, these politicians, what they are doing, when they are in certain region, they are telling the people this, whereby they are bringing disunity in this country. Okay, we don't have to tolerate those politicians whereby when they come into your place, they are trying to divide the nation. We don't do that. Otherwise, we have got laws, we have got everything which we can use to develop this nation. Even in our province, the northern part of Zambia, I can say we have got like rivers, lakes there, which we can use to promote tourism. Even on the copper belt where we have minerals, we can utilize those minerals and develop Zambia. Yes, that's what I can just contribute, sir. Enjoy the day and continue with this great work which you are doing.
Thank you so much, my boss. God bless you.
God bless you too.
Brothers and sisters, if you want to participate on my program is we are talking about 2026 general election. My brother has talked about tribalism, and at the same time he has talked about unity. He's also talking about the opposition. The opposition is where I'm coming, and I'm happy that he has told us about why the opposition are not getting united. And I want to make it very clear. It will be very unfortunate for the Zambian people and for them who wants to go in a general election divided. It is only showing that they have got power angry, and they know some of them they can't even win. Zero. And it will be very unfortunate. Zambian people have called for the opposition political parties to get united, so that baka winama election baka puzushe abena Zambia kunsala kuzambia uko kuli nsala ubunga bwali dula kwali abantu abashasambirira abashibombe nchito, and the only way they can survive babomba tuma peace work maybe once in a week nomba umuntu ala survive shan step of food ubunganga bwa dola, and ba opposition mwalishiba kurando kwebati ubunga ekyakulya umuntu wonso uwa Muzambia tinalando kwebati 99% amazambia bali obwali ero obunga bwadula nabantu mwali baba mkamfirwa mwali baba nabanshiwa. We have got orphans, widows twalikwata nabantu abakote abashakwata pa kumokuboko ifi yakula fire dola tuleipa aba mkamfirwa tuleipa abakote tuleipa ama orphans kwali ba orphanages abasunga ama orphanages abakwebati they are struggling kufa fiendalama pauti bashite fiakulya pauti ati ama orphans bali but ama orphans abasanga kuma orphanages tabakwata pa kumokuboko. Maybe their relatives, their fathers and their mothers, they died in the road accident. But they were abandoned. Elo baba senda kuchesha homes, baba senda kuma organization sana. Organizations are struggling to feed the orphans because unga is expensive. Ubunganga bachiba 120, muri 300 kwacha. They are able to buy 2 bags of mealie meal to feed the orphans at the orphanages there. Yes, kutina muikala tamakwata tamusunga bantu, but I can assure you there are people, there are children outside there. Abashakwata pa kumokuboko nomba ubunganga bwadula. Then the owners of the orphanages are struggling. We are killing the orphans in the Republic of Zambia. And as people were created in the image of God, Zambian people, we said, you the opposition political parties, can you come together? Some of you, tamakwatapona ba mayor. Some of you, tamakwatapona ba councillor. Some of you, tamakwatapona ba member of parliament. But you want to pay 100,000 kwacha yako naula. Inside mubula idiendarama, you give mwatwala kuma orphanages, mwatwala idiendarama, you help people who are struggling. but you are going to pay just for nothing. Just for nothing. Ukupanga fashion edia obupuba. Ationa bena bari minina. Kwe pa ballot paper no obupuba. You are not helping this. You are not helping that country, Mother Zambia. You are destroying Zambian democracy. Because look, America ya kwatenda lama. Abantu aba kwatamano. Aba mwabana mabillionaire. Bemina vyo ama political party abiri. Babiri ama political party bayi minina. Na ma election ya pita. Nomba Muzambia. Abantu bale chula. Emu abantu bale shitomuti. Emu mule kwata ma political party ali 29. Kwati kupena. Kwati bushiru. Uku itemwa takukula chalo. Abasungu balanda okweba Rome was not built in one day. Efe balanda. Because for Rome to be built, the people of Rome, they came together. They planned for Rome. Rome is a beautiful place. Because they came together. When you read from the book of Genesis, there's a pakupange chalo echi. Pakupange chalo. Abika mwaba nakashi, abika mwaba ume, abika mwefinama, abika mwesabi, abika mwefioni sefe mule mona, abika mwefioni. God created this world. And when he was creating a man, he called Jesus Christ. God called the Holy Spirit. God called the angels. And he told them, let us create a man in our own image. He called them to say, let us unite to create a man. You see, Jesus Christ and the angels were involved to create a man because God called them to say, let us create a man in our own image. God created us in his own image. You can see that. You can see the love of God. Why can't you come together the way God called the angels and Jesus Christ? Let us create a man in our own image. Let us work together. For Zambia to develop, we need to come together. For you to win an election, you need to work together. But duku itemwa, kunkosa mitwe. Mwadishwa kuishwa tamako tapo ba kansela. Tamako tapo la ba mayor. Tamako tapo la ba member of parliament. Instead of you coming together and form one important thing to set this country free from poverty, we want to go in separate ways. Pantu mwalikwataka political party. Because naba mifandinga. Some of you are Judas Iscariots. Some of you, God is going to punish you because God is able to see what you are doing in the dark corners. Bala kupela 200 pin because walikwataka political party kobia kamafi. Bala kupela 200 pin. 100 pin wa yalipila. 100 pin ya wapa pocket. You want the Zambian people to suffer. You want you yourself and your family. Mule ikuta. But you are forgetting that ichwe chalo chesu cha Zambia. Chali kwa taba mkamfuirwa. Chari kwa taba kote, abasho kwa taba kumokuboko, chari kwa taba militaries, abale kenchito, abakutilati, they are depending on resources. Mulefu wa ichochona ike, pantu mwalikuwa taka political party. Dola mwababa tumpa, nangubenga miaba abantu, because imopo mulechita, mulekuwa tama dark corners meeting. Isha kwebati, bala kwebati, wala kupela 300,000. Uyo 200,000 yobe. Therefore, you go there, you pay 100 pin. Tawako atapo na councillor we chipuba. Tawako atapo na mayor we shiru. Tawako atapo na member of parliament. Eyo number, ulenda tu wala win my election. You cannot win an election without people to campaign for you. Zambia ikuru yo. Kwa diba kunani? Kuza mbezi. Kwa diba kunani? Kucha vuma. For you to drive from Zambezi kuya Eastern province kupetauke, it can take you 4 days. Ngatauko etendeke. Ela from southern province kuya fika kukumpurungu. For you to reach Mpurungu, apani insurance afe. Number, wenshe from Livingstone to Mpurungu. Ela kwa dibomu kuyama, kuya kulanda na abantu, muma constituency, muma ward, muma district, muma province. And you are saying to win my election. Esho mule chita, mule ibendarama. Mule yendarama. But I can assure you, ishwendarama murepoka in your dark corners meeting, so that the Zambian people, they can suffer. God is watching. And your downfall will be very bad. Eko badi abade poke ndalama obushiku. Ba poke ndalama abantu barechura. Bali ruwala stroke. Bala ruwala maruele. Arwala fe BP. Arwala oburuele. Ati attack. Ba bruru eba kala chura. Lesa. Afwayo tafwa muchisha chinani. Zambian people are living in poverty. And when the country is in poverty, great leaders, they come together and fight one common goal to set the Zambian people free from poverty. Number, mwema leaders, bantu wali alembesha ka political party ko bya kamafi. Wa alembesha. Echa mulefu ama confusion. Mulefu ola imwe. There are people who are giving you money. Because when muntu wa kwatamano in a panel as grassroots media, some of you na ma political party na tumfuata abali 29 abali pila. Some of you abantu abamishiba. Look at America, kwa babantu abasambirira. Kwa babantu abakwatenda ala. Echo muleleta ma political party furu. Cho mulefu aya. Imo mulefora. Because abantu abakwatamano. Tati nalamba kutumiwando tuma political party. Na baneka to political party. Nalamba kutusontorola. You are completely nothing. Me, I'm even known across the whole country. You can go anywhere. You go in Zambia. You go in Mansa. You go in Mongo. You go in Karabo. You go in Chipata. You go in Mpika. Everywhere you can go. Grassroots media is there. My name is there. Patine, Shirelanda Tinjiminine. Yosha mulefua, kwa na ule charo. Kuna mle kwa chimwari kwa tamano. Kashita mwa kwa tamano. Because abantu aba kwa tamano. Bali ngireba isa pamo. Ichiwe mbachilando kweba ati. Ubu ingi bwanseba. Kuimina pamo. So ishwenda lama mwa ile ripila. Mwambi wa kutontonkanya. Because kutumpa. Ngacha kweba ati mungasumila bonso muka papa ballot paper. Efya muka chite. Kairi mwa ridi yako shimo. Ngabadi kupela kwa 200 pin. Nangu 300 pin. Waridi yako ka 200 pin. Kairi kwa bako umugodi wandarama. Kwa baba foresha ma 3 million. Ngabaku pela 3 million. Wafumia po 100 pin wa aripila. Nishu washako na profit. So if yako bachita. Ngacha kweba ati kuliko aba kupela kwa ndalama eshiri shonse. Iwe shire ndalama kubika mpocket. Dilanga bakubika pa ballot paper. Uchita withdraw. Nokulando kweba ati aine na la support fe ngani plan mundubire na la na plan mundubire ngani KBF na la support KBF ngani kalaba na la support kalaba because abantu abatukwete pa paper abakwete kwa mano abakwete kwa ma political party abatukwete na kwa tamano. 1 ni FDD. 2 Zambia must prosper. Citizen first ni akwa Fred Membe. I am a political party 4. Hello, I'm a political party 4 na ena. Yari ngireka le punch no kusala learning mate na president. I'm 100 pin ya political party tulelanda. So nendela ndio kwebati. Mwema Zambian. I'm a political party tuwala mipela. Pari I'm a political party na landa. Ya kwa KBF. Zambia must prosper. Na FDD. Na Citizen First. Na SP. I'm a political party hadi 4. Tuwala kwa ta meeting na bena. Na bena aba ama 100 pin ya debari pile. It's better balusa. But to protect ama Zambian from the anguish poverty in the Republic of Zambia. So kuchacha abantu baka say chula. Abantu badi chula for the past 4 years, 5 years. Again baka bike for another 5 years. Mula ndiwa kwebati ba ma political party ya nsala. Mulefo uko na ule charo. Weka muntu abaweka. Na paminja na likuchila. Mubala lesha ma followers oba kwa tabo. Abalefo uko bakateka. Because ngabadi kufolesha ndalama basakala nyongo ngabadi kufolesha ndalama iwanga bakufolesha ndalama kaidi you some of you briefcase political parties briefcase political parties echo mulembeze shama political party mulafokuisa fola to bring confusion kaidi manga bakupela 300,000 elo wabula 100 pin walipila wala shana 200 pin iyo 200 pin wala itakwa invest mufya bupube fyobe abagashiwobe nabana bobe bakalaria. But look at the poor people of Monze. Look at the poor people of Mazabuka. Look at the poor people of Lusaka, Kanyama. Look at the poor people of Chinsari. Look at the poor people of that country. Abantu bale lalensa, bale chura. You are afola. Muna kwata mano. Because ukana kwata mano fo kwaba. Kula boku itemwa. Kwadi baba mu abantu abatumpa ma families. Kwadi baba mu abantu abatumpa ma families. Balafu aba ma families yabo yale chura. Elanga ikala bwino alafu aba sister bakwe ama brothers bakwe ama cousins bakwe ama uncles bakwe bale chula kwali baba mu abantu abatumpa ngakwata fyo rupia era ni shawama aba nangu bali ngebale chula na pachiro kula ilanga sana na moto kabaisa ba parking dishire fo ikapano kula ilanga sana tibali kwa tendarama. But if you have got money you can empower your cousin. If you have got money you can empower your uncle. If you have got money you can empower your aunt. Ba auntie na mipela ku 5 pini ambenika business balaba auntie bobenga kwa chike chililo baka lafu miapo babula ko banti na mipela ko 10 pin bama mulala pandalama nomba mula ndi wamwali itemwa ubupu batule mona kuli aya mashino nomba bantu kupena umuntu takwata abantu takwata ama structures asangwa eka enda eka bantu aliteka legesa ka political party akansala na baneka political party ndiye myebo kwebati patebo amashina tukwete palifya amashina palifye Zambia must prosper citizen first pabana FDD pabana SP ababonse abanga bali kwatamano abena Fred Membe abena Kalaba abena Brani Mundubire nga bali kwatamano nga bali temwe chalo they need to work together because umunu omo tausalanda elabe pana Fred Membe boy kuzambia oko tetu wina my election week ngole foko na ule ndalama uyo ishwendama walipire na makampeni you cannot win an election alone boy Kalaba boy ngamulebe pana baboy bakalaba bale kubepa yo bakalaba mwala wina my election mweka nishita yenu you are going to waste your money and you are going to waste your time. Can you come together? Lesangari kweba chi Kalaba kaba president tapari ukachifumia hapo cha president tapari ukachifumia hapo Michael Sata ali fierwe necha kwa president bala kwata there is what we call presidential star tatuipatikisha tufiala na ena ina polopenele sangari nje bati nkabaka teka na ngula ninga chula kukabake sampere ndalama no kuntungirira nkabe na president wa chalo bati ngansha fiarwa na presidential star bamo abantu bali kwata teaching star bamo bali kwata doctors star bamo bali kwata ni ba police bali kwata police star bamo bali kwata ma soldier bamo bali kwata na ngula wingapatikisha shani lesanga taba tukabomu soldier you never be na kwakwene kunani kuda kutilenyuka abutuka bantu techowe iwanga tawa kabe teacher lesanga tabati ukaba teacher na nguka kuri bunesi ukabutuka you still go be to be a nurse because ama start to fiaro na yena echo lesa abika muri iwe tapale cho unga chifumia hapo ile sangari kwa batu kwa judge na ngubenga kuchinga ze major street nchitayo be kafika yongo wa lesangari kwa batu kwa judge you are a major street waba ku Eastern province waba ku Western if God has anointed you to be a judge nchitayo be kafika no kupange ndalama as a supreme judge as a supreme court judge as a high court judge nchitayo be kafika no one will stop that. Even if you can force yourself to be a soldier and God has anointed you to be a doctor, you go to be a doctor. Lesangala ndo kweba ukaba driver. Ukalaisha ba boss. Iwo kalaisha fyama bosses. Efyo lesa chita. Lesangala ndo kweba tukaba med. Lesa alibika abantu ma position so that ichalo chile becha kwanishikana, chile ikatana because every position is important. You are a med, you have to respect as a med. So God has anointed us in different things. In whatever we do is where our success lies. So if kaya namba kupela ma example, that's why sometimes I'm broadcasting and yala kokola because I teach. Kaya namba kulanda kwa aliko mwana kashumo ali sambilile ali kala kopa belt elwa sambilile ulia ali pa university kopa belt university sambilila akwa tana degree elwa fumine paria akurusaka ali sange nchito takwali nchito nomba ile mkufu wa nchito mmayadi elwa ingile kumayadi kulia ambile kubomba ze med from Copper Belt University kuya isanga bu med ambo kuwa shamafi ala wa shamafi abana ale pyanga munganda yabasungu nomba basungu baumfa besungu echo alelanda bamona communication ili bwino sana kwa ishile bawande umukashi wakwe ale sambilila umukashi wa musungu ale sambilila she was also wanted to have a degree ale sambila pa online so talent to understand ama subject uliomu anakashi wa med ambila kusambilisha omusungu ambila kusambilisha omusungu any assignment bala itamed ule londoro umusungu asamunyala that you are going to be the lecturer of my wife na nenchi to amuchinja after omusungu uliomu anakashi asambilila umwana kashare ku UK uliomusungu no musungu abalume baya bonse baile time ya kukala mu Zambia yapwa uliomu anakashi bamuita so aye mukubomba ku UK kwa bomba from Copper Belt University to a med, from being a med to be a lecturer, from being a lecturer of a wife of a white man to go and work in UK, and she's married in UK. Life is a plan. Life is a journey. Sometimes whatever you do, you need to be happy. Be proud of what you are doing, because that's where your success lies. But some of you are failing to understand where your success lies. University of Zambia. You can't go to the University of Zambia if you have got no anointment that you go to the University of Zambia. You are going to achieve your dream. Kale mwade sikaba kamalasha balani ba kamalasha aba kula manganda murusaka ni ba kamalasha aba sambirila lelo murusaka aba de bombenchito. They are renting kumanganda yaba kamalasha. Why? Because when you are proud of what you are doing, that's where your success lies. But we fail to understand and to adjust to the life. Number imobonse mwaba aba 29 mulefo go bakateka shoni tembo alese ndama 0 mu 2021. What have you done for you kusa win a general election? What have you done? Yarama 0 wa resenda. Nishinga what have you done from 2021 up to this time? Peter Chanda, ichare ngo kwebati ukwateko member of parliament, ukwateko na councillor. It's because of the patriotic front. I'm a members about PF. Oh, bala supporter, and I want to make it very clear here. I'm a members about PF. Oh, bala supporter across the country. Ngabala supporter mundubide. Ewa alaba president. Ba PF wonse. Ngabala supporter KPF. Ngatwalando kwebati. Ba PF wonse. Mweba temwe chalo. Tiyo support KPF. KPF. Ewa alaba president. Ngachakwa kwebati. Twalando kwebati ba PF wonse. Across the country. Twala supporter Karaba. Karaba ewa alaba president. So, tulefu ya Karaba wichefe. KPF wichefe. Because na iwe ni brand mundubire wabakwa FTD tulefu aya uwala kwata mano uwala ichefya pali we KBF pali we Karaba pali we brand mundubire. You are all children of the patriotic front. So KBF Karaba na brand mundubire, you are coming from the patriotic front. You are Makebi Zulu abantu balakwe bati bari landa abantu Makebi Zulu balani mate efa balanda abantu you are Makebi Zulu now got a chance yako balani mate. Why? Because you are coming from Eastern Province. We are not going to allow some province kufume running mate kume nakateka. No, you are Makebi Zulu abantu bari landa, and you Makebi Zulu, you are standing a good chance now ukwata Karaba kuti waba running mate kuli Karaba, kuti waba running mate kuli KBF, kuti waba running mate kuli Brani Mundubire. You are standing a better chance. If you miss this golden opportunity, nishwalusa iwe chobe. Because tabale kwa fishinka, the only person who piro kuma politician ya tatu niwebo Makebi Zulu. Kuti waba running mate wakwa KBF kuti mwawina. Kuti waba running mate wakwa Karaba kuti mwawina. Kuti waba running mate wakwa Brani Mundubile kuti mwawina. Nombanga iwanga waituntumba. Gachakweba kweba tuwaituntumba na iwole foko wa ballot paper as a president. Twalasa tasila rungu. Tasila rungu nchita ya kurila niyo ile sister. Tapala hapa tuinga chitapa. Eba twala chita, twalasa tasila rungu, tule mwanama ba rungu, mumwana wa ba rungu, tule mwanama ba rungu. Na iwe tasila tule kubika na KBF. Iwe tasila tule kubika na Karaba. Iwe tasila tule kubika na Brani Mundubile. Oko chala ponena. Eko twala kutwala. Eba tule chitapa. Makebi Zulu nende kwebe fishinka. Awaba lino obebale kube porufi. Yo bakateka. And I want to advise ba chitaluchirufya. Chitaluchirufya iwe katotobwe chanda katotobwe. Ukubika pona bakalaba. You are coming from Luapula province. We are not going to divide Luapula province votes because of Bakalaba, because of Katotobwe, because of Chitaluchirufya. Ngachakwebo kwebati Chitaluchirufya na Katotobwe chanda Katotobwe. Ule mina palishon tembo. Na iwe Karaba. Mwai mina ballot paper. Nishtamwate mwa Luapula. Nishmwarao na Luapula. Because what will happen? Mwalata divide Luapula into 3. Meaning ama vote ya Luapula. Yakaba divided. Number. Nishmweba nganda imo. Teti mwika defe pamo. Nokulando kweba chao bane. Tia ntukale cha pamo. We cannot split out the votes in Luapula. Kukwata Katotobwe. Tukwata Chitaluchirufya. Tukwate na tukwate na Bahari Kalaba. Bahari Kalaba is coming from Bahati. He's a former member of parliament of Bahati in Luapula province. But Chishimba, you are a member of parliament of Amansa Central. You are Katoto Wechanda. You are a member of parliament of Runga. Runga is in Luapula. We cannot have 3 presidents in Luapula. Nishomulefu achinshi. Nishomali temwe chalo. Uko itemwa. Takukura chalo. Mwila itemwa. You cannot produce. Luapula ite produce wa president batatu. Bonza muka bala misula. Ela ngaba misula bakuru Luapula. Mukareka tuka poda ma election. Because bakala ndokwe bati. Mwali itemwa. Nesha mfumu. Shika miseka. Because ichibemba chando kwe bati. Abanga ndaimo. Bake nolo lubalarumu. Balia. Banona pwamenshi. What are you going to achieve? Luapula. Musende mobaka totobwe. Musende moba chitaluchurufya. Musende moba Bahari Kalaba. Same province. Ba president batatu. On different political parties. Today lomba. But some of you have to pull out. Nation sekapa. Shile chensa. I speak politics to defend the Republic of Zambia. Nokulandira kwe chalo. Mwema Zambia livyo ndelanda. Gatafikwete amano. Mlando kwe wati grassroots media. If you olelanda. Tafikwete amano. Because we cannot allow ba president batatu. Okay, ku Southern province. Kuli ba president banga. Ku Western province. Nibanga ba president abadefumako. Ku North Western province. Nibanga abe minine. Because when you are coming from that province, you are telling the people of Luapula that 3 people in Luapula, 3 presidents, you are going to divide the people. You are going to divide the votes. Bambaka votela Kalaba, bambaka votela Katotobwe, aba Kurunga, baka votela Katotobwe, aba Kubati, baka votela Kalaba, aba Kumansa Central, baka votela Chitaluchurufya. What are we going to achieve? What are you going to achieve? So mweba Luapula imwe, tamule mvovyo ndelanda. Bala bane, kute mwechalo kusuma. Tulete mwechalo. Because what is happening now, it's uncalled for. Loleshe na political party ale for kwimina. Luapula tuwakwata ba Chitaluchurufya, tuwakwata Bahari Kalaba, tuwakwata na Bakatotobwe. One province, and you expect Luapula to support the opposition. Bala mnakati wale butakai. So limwani mwoku buteta kwa wama. Again nga tuwarolesha Bapita Chanda. Mwe bantu bakwaresa. Timwa tuudisha my election. Timwa vintula bako serious. Ababonzi abama political party utu unolu tulambulipila 100 peni. Ngana mufola. Demi lombako mweba na bakwaresa. Ngana ababifolesha kwa 3 million. Pakwe batimwe pa ballot paper. Ila inede baka kubika pa ballot paper. Kuisa isafe pull out. Kaida mafunde alichinja. Kuisa landa vyo kwebati. Awe bane inesha kwanishe kampeni. Na la support Kalaba. Na la support KBF. Mwashita pull out. Pakwe bati. Tuke session abantu aba nono. Alabane. Usungo munangwe teshibikwa. Kanofeni ne. Takula chalo. Kanofeni ne. Takula chalo. In politics, kale nambo kulanda. UPND. Yadi lando kwebati. Yadi kwata 3 province. Badi kwata Southern province. Badi kwata Western province. Badi kwata na Northwestern province. This is their stronghold. You cannot run away. Every political party, you need to put up a pillar where you can put up your pillar. Now my family is yaba. Ama family is yaba. Kula ba sometimes mwarikala ze family. Kwa bako obo depend. Bangu bade bali kwata kwenda lama. Ngakwa wako problem baka tuafa. Brother wesu alexika ko bwino. Ngakwa tika ko problem bala tuafa. That's how we live. We depend on each other. Our stronghold. Where is our stronghold? You as Kalaba. You as Peter Chanda. You as Katotobwe. Where is your stronghold? So you want to divide the votes in the northern circuit. Because ba Kalaba, northern circuit. Bam Katotobwe, northern circuit. Mundubile, northern circuit. KBF, northern circuit. Ba Freddy member. You have got northern circuit and western province. Number. If we divide the votes, are we going to fight a lion? Alabane, uku itemwa, takukula chalo. And when you lose it, imamule kota, mkafana ma BP, na mwapona ma election mkafwa. Kai mkakota, mkala pona. Ifotu diba, ile chilu mwaichi. Na kwebati, na ngumwale, ama biu 7 ya tukesa mke ya fumia. Ifo tuwala kama politics. Fwebe na mama politics. Ba Freddy membe mure pita mkakota. Abena Brani Mundumile mure pita mkakota. Abena Chimbaka Mbwiri, abena Rubinda mure kota mure ya. Gata mwabombele pamo. Ifo fwebe lesa goni fwe. So ngatwame batibombere nchapamu chite mwiko tukwete because in any quarter future lesanga ngaka mpela kwe myaka engia kuntanji. I'll be able to stand as a member of parliament. I'll be able to work as a minister. I'll be able to stand as a president in the future, not this time. So tule me batibombere nchapamu kumitemwa no kutemwe chalo. But tule misa bombere nchapamu imoku ya itemwa afi imwa abafya aba itemwa. No kuishwana mwishiwo kwe bati mwalifora. Some of you mwalifora. Mwema Zambiani ututu political party na baneka tufimba tufumo bali fola nga mwabala shefe bamoneka tibavuye ku 100 pin nga mwabala shefe yotuko cyo bensha amatara yalipwa nomba 100 pin afumishe kwisi nga chakwebo okweba ati mwali fola eyo nomba muri endalama abena Zambia bakachulilemo mwe bakachula ni mwe abena Zambia balefaya true leadership na mumona America yalela ndokweba ati there is too much corruption in the Republic of Zambia. Starting with all the leaders, they are corrupt. America is telling you, abasungu abasambirira bakwatamano bale myebo kwebati ubuteko bwakwaka indechi mabali ba corrupt and you want to support them. Abakupela kwendalama bakwebati chichi buteko cyari ba corrupt. Echo mulefu aya mubule ndalama. Echo mulefu anomba busupporte. Ichi buteko echire ibendalama. Abantu abale mu buteko bali ba corrupt. Abasungu balanda super power yalanda America ubuteko bwakwaka inde mulibu akabwalala abantu abakwatamano abasungu ama super power abapangendeke bakweba tichibuteko echi mulibu fufuntungu bale ibani bakabwalala. And you as a poor person wikala kuzambezi, you as a poor person of Chadiza, you as a poor person of Rusaka, you want to support a government which is corrupt. What do you want to achieve? If you can vote a government that is corrupt, you don't love yourselves. You don't love your country. You cannot repeat to vote a government which is corrupt. If America, we are talking about developed country. Zambia is not a developed country. It's developing. Benabari sikapari development. Imisa boshabo, shari kwana. Tabanya ntamumafi. Amatipata kwaba. Umwela bapema wasumwa. Takwaba olukungu. Olukungu nga mulenda mu town kumezo nga nala ubika powder. Kumuneka kwati kuli chibanda. Takwaba olukungu ku America. Abantu baleja abashibomba balefola. That is a developed country. Zambia, which is developing, bale ibaba kabwalala. And you want to vote the same criminals. Then what do you want to achieve? Because America is saying they are stealing. Opo bale ibenda la isha mwabantu bale mibiro muti. Ndama isha muti na urwala bakuibira. Do you think these people they care? Do you think those people they care? If they are able ukuibo muti, ukuibe indalama sha muti bale iba. Bale edia nabakashiba bale fuala. Imamule chura. Are you serious as a country? Umusungu wakwatamano, wakwatomono wasompa. Abasha ishiwa mapitra train. Ba ishiwa fuma flashing toilet. Aba ishiwa kunuwa makofi. Mweba raban chushi. Bale miebo kweba tububu teko. Bale iba. You want to support the same government ile iba. Umwana ale iba munganda. Ure musapota yuwa efu. Aba kashibobe. Bale ibe ndalama. Umeobe ale kuibile ndalama. Yule supporter wasenda kandalama umwe wabika munganda wafisa aiba yo ine barume bandi. You never develop. Inshallah uta develop. You need the people who are wise. You need the people abena ka inde HM na ministers bakwe bali bapama salaries. The reason why we pay them inshallah ngatule ba pay ndalama because they have to work. So if a government, the people that you are paying again baleiba, then what kind of a country is that? Abantu mule foresha ama civil servant bale bomba baleiba andi nga baiba tabalebekata baleikata bena grassroots media abalandira kwechalo baleikata bena munia zuru abalandira kwechalo. That country will never go anywhere if at all you continue supporting nonsense. Chinwe icho cha Zambia chirefu ika abantu abakwatamano abeshiba tinendefola na eneni ngena bombera bena Zambia abena Zambia baledia bale kwa tenchito bale upwa bale fwala but ukuitemwa kwa ba opposition ngela ndo kweba ati na tuishi bati mwalefola pantu ibomamo mwali kwa tensa pato shashetuka imyotoka icho mwensha tamwa ishibika no kuishibikwa nango twapa ma Facebook hapa tamwa ishibikwa ama 100 pini mafumisha kwisa ama sheti mufwala yantu ya kunsauka yali kubauka ama sheti yeno mufwala nomba 100 pin mafumishe kwisa ukukololesha fyefyo omuleka 100 pin de tukwati nomba 100 pin wakupere nani so nga mulevo uta split ama vote panti momo alifola ama Zambian tabalafola. Zambian people have got no money. We have to be normal people to defend Mother Zambia. We need to be abantu abakwatamano to protect if you methia charo no kulolesha kuba nabarefyarwa umuntu wakwatamano. We look at the younger generation abana kufyarwa abali ku preschool abana kufyarwa abali kuma primary school abana kufyarwa abali kuma secondary school abana kufyarwa abali kuma tertiary education kuma colleges. What are they going to find if we cannot defend and protect the future for the younger generation? We need to prepare a good future the way America has prepared a future in America. You go in UK, America, UK tabakwa tama gold mine, but bali kwata reserve ya gold mine ya gold ya kwa bali kuti bashitisha myaka ya kuti bashitisha abantu kuti bakwa torpia UK tabaka chule. You go in Zambia, fiona pato matapo reserve. What reserves do you have? Fiona is a kuria. Fiona is a kuria. You don't run a country like that. Abantu abakwebati abena Zambia bale lale nsala. Mweba opposition kutumpa. Some of you the opposition mwawa tumpa. It's about you PND who take over kwaka inde chilema. Bale sende ndalama by mistake. Imi ntapendo ya ndalama ukutuma by mistake ku China. As the opposition, you never protested. Then you say, we have got opposition. Useless political parties. Baiba switch light. Ama Zambia ntabakwe temiti mpatala. Ila switch light basa ndela matraki. Ngabali shtishe. Ngabali shtra kwe miti. Abantu bakuru wapula. Ngabali shtra kwe miti. Abantu bakumongu. Ngabali shtra kwe miti. Abantu baku Southern Province. Aba Eastern Province. But you are a politician. And you call yourself you are a politician. Walikuwa taka political party kobya kama fi. Aka baka shibobe na banoko. Eko muriamo fi. Mwalipango tuma political party. Utu wakuriamo. Nga uliomu haichowa imbire nyimbori atifo kona. Mwabanga ama false prophets. Wakweba tiapanga fie tenti. Arefa ufia kandalama. Asumne bamba kashinabana. You know, when we are born with a purpose. To work for that country. To defend the constitution. To make sure about the ma government ba civil servant bareria. Ba made bareria. Ababonsa abantu bashasambira. Bakwa tokwa kubomba. You know it's not triple. Zambia po iberere this time. Akainde HMR I very lucky. Asanga ba PF badi pangama overbridge. Ba PF badi pangama amale for one hospital kuma telo kucha wama badi pangama le for one badi pangama general hospital kuma chinsari badi pange patala mumpika badi pange patala muchoma badi pange patala muma places umapusana. Akainde HMR asange charo chali talala. Because nganarika inde ichilema ngecho na bomberepo kubombepa fyakula because ba PF ama infrastructure bali bomba bali shabali panga kazungula bridge very expensive bali shabali panga ma bridges ku Western Province more than 22 bridges ba PF ba pisho musebo perungu muswamp ba pango musebo wapita nomba bakaindolo baisa ngabaye bombere kubweshe fyakulya kushita create inchito akainde asangecho chali naka. No, but because I got in there, no formula. The UPN, there is no vision. There is no manifesto. You cannot run a country without a manifesto. You cannot live in the country. We cannot live as a family without a vision. What do you want to achieve as a husband and a wife? Because you need to have a vision. You will never achieve anything as a family without a vision, without understanding where you are coming from and where you are going, and the plans of your future. Some of you mwari upwa echo mwaishi bafye kuna bitonya fye bele no kumikisinga no kwipika kabwari kakapenta no kutoba amali pasparani mwatoba amani papapani ni life yawa. Life is a plan. Life is a test. Wisdom and knowledge is needed. Life is a long journey. Life is a test. Life is a plan. You cannot live as a family without a plan. The UPND government, they have got no plan. So you cannot have a government which has got no plan, which has got no manifesto. Because the manifesto of Wakainde Ichilema was Ubunga 50 kwacha. Useless manifesto. Akainde, his manifesto was fuel 12 kwacha. Fuel is expensive. More than 27 kwacha. Useless manifesto. Akainde said fertilizer will be 250 kwacha. Fertilizer is expensive, more than 1,000 kwacha, without a vision, without a manifesto. You cannot run a country without a manifesto. You cannot run as a family without a vision. A vision is a manifesto. And when you've got a manifesto, you follow it. Some of you are living in a country without a vision. Some of you are living as a couple. You are as an individual. You don't even understand what you are supposed to do next year. You don't even understand what you have achieved for the past 4 years. What kind of a human being are you? When you look at UPND, bale panga 1/3 classroom, pampanga, apa population 1/3 classroom. Ero akainde ale imama baka. Ba PF, muri constituents bale panga ma boarding school. Ba panga boarding school, ba pika ma secondary school. Akainde ale akanya boarding school ikwata ma classes, ikwata ma classroom nangwati 8. Abula imo 8 classes aya akanya mutuma constituents. We 8 constituents ka 1/3 classroom, 1/3 classroom, and you call that is development. That is not development. Akainde and UPND, they're not taking us anywhere. And we need to be very serious as a nation. Ukura ninge chalote kubuta. Wakweba tumuntu ale panga 1/3 classroom retota. Aba nanko bale panga 1 area. Abi ka boarding school. Grade 8 to grade 10 to grade 12. Babi kama classroom. Ba grade 12 bale sambira. Ba grade 8 bale sambira. Ba grade 9 bale sambira. Ba grade 11 bale sambira. Abi kana na manganda. Umwakulala ba teacher. Babi kana laboratory. Baba pangila. Baba bikila na malaiti. That is development we are talking about. Not mwabula ama classroom. Mwamuku panga 1/3 classroom. Elo mwasalanganya. Mu constituency. Mwabika mo tuli 10. Tuma classroom palakamo ka 1/3. Palakamo ka 1/3. At your development. That is not development. Kubuta. CDF yakwaka index na buta. That's why I want to learn that he has done nothing. Because the tule pang 1/3 classroom. Waingila muchirubi. Mwabama wadianga. Wabika muka ka 1/3 classroom. Ationa babomba. Muchoma. Wabika 1/3. Ati ya CDF game changer. Sila tuangisho bututu. You cannot build 1/3 classroom in an area where there are a lot of children. What is 1/3 classroom? Why panga grade 1, grade 2, grade 3? Erwaba na bale babika 100. We are in 1/3. Bale pampa 100. Are we serious as a nation? That is not development. We are talking about the infrastructure. That's why CDF in Mozambique, you cannot develop a country with CDF. You cannot develop a nation with CDF. That is Constituent Development Fund. Ni emergency indala maidia. Tete upange John Hospital, muri CDF. Tete mupange chipatala, ichi kulumu CDF. Tete mupange bridge, muri CDF. Timapanga bridge paka Fue River, muri CDF. Timapanga bridge pa Ruangwa bridge. Mwefa kupanga Ruangwa, upisha bridge pa Ruangwa, muri CDF. Mure angala mure buta. Kutimu wapange chipatala like UTH muri CDF. Ngamulefa upange chipatala. Monga kuruwa pula. Monga ku Eastern Province. Monga ku Western Province. Kupanga UTH muri CDF. Mure angala. That's why mure panga ma toilet ya shapwa. Because you don't know what you are doing. As a nation, you have taken Zambia backwards. You have not done anything. Tati mure panga ma toilet. So mwebela Zambia. Ngamulefu wa echaro. Chikabe developed. Muka making sure muka letu abantu abakala panga ma infrastructure akweba tingo waroresha tetu pange mwebe kala kurusaka. When you go ku Chipata compound ba PF bali shabali panga Chipata level 1 hospital tu wapanga muri CDF ushite equipment ubike mu Chipatala upange na building material mwamu ina muri CDF. It means CDF yama ndevu yonse for the next 5 years kupanga vya chintu chinga chimo. Then kulefa ikama bridge, kulefa ike Chipatala, kulefa ikama boarding school. Muri yo ine CDF, mupele mwana maron. Atiyo tile pela maron ya ma citizens. Mure angala, mure buta. Ichwe chalo chika mneka nga filo muntu. Fila bale tuwe bati. Fila ba pike ba imbire. Inyimbo ya kwa na musonda. Ewa na musonda ikele kumushi. Ale kokote fiwaya. Ale bula kadolo alebika munshi alefumbika. taishibya tikwali bangiri lion taishibya tikwali ba ama pizza na musonda taishibya tikwali ba tiboni obocha kwali ba ingombe alikwata tiboni ya kocha kwa bana ma pieces ya kwepika na musonda taishibya tikwali ba ama pieces ya kocha elwade ikala kumushi ale kokote fiwaya nomba lafuma kulya akukitwe asanga tembo waturumuka menzo no rufumo ale panga matiboni kuba mfisha ko tiboni bana musonda bapena baipa ya abalume babo mulandu wa bututu mulandu wa tiboni aipaya umulume wakwe mulandu wa bupuba ale muna kufyeje ale kala kumushi kai umwana ashenda tashani nokunaya uka kwaba munapanga ama 1 by 3 classroom muna kwati bale pange chalo kashi bale una ure chalo aba impia bale tuma by mistake kuchana basakala nyongo aba these thieves bakabwala laba bale bule ndala mesha chalo bale tuma by mistake wati moyo walikwata Airtel mule pusha imaleta zina bwanje kuti watumendera mesha chalo imi ntapendwa kuchai nokwabe urupia eko watuma by mistake nishwalite mwe chalo nishimwali kwata mano mwebena Zambia mushibuke uruturo mwashi utoturo mushipula mule shipula ngo muri mu mabasi mu abavi tamusha mule chita ichalo bantu abapange chalo bantu kutontonkanya plan. You need to plan for the future of your country. You have to plan for the future of your children. You have to plan for your future as a human being. Katwika la femucha kwa tu walipena wabanga na musonde shiru yaya muna tipo ndi apena vile chisika mchalo kukana kwa cha abantu ma politician tabaenda. Some of these people badi ya ku China, these people badi ya ku Hong Kong, abantu badi ya ku Dubai, abantu badi ya ku South Africa. They know if you abantu baikala. From 1964 up to today, Zambian people, they have got no medicine in hospital. And you are saying you have got a government. From 1964 up to today, from 1964 From 1964 up to lero, mwari upwa, mwari fiala mwa upwa mwa kota. Up to lero mulechura. Atiyo Zambia is okay. Abu mwana shenda. Atasha nina. Ukuna yobwari bwa male. Atasha nina yokula yobwari bwa. Atasha nina yokula yobwari bwa tuta. Arele menkonda muli kalembula. Barabane ichalo bantu. Abena Zambia hapo mwafika 1964 up to lero. Tetu mulechura. Zambia alikwata kopa. Zambia alikwata maminos. Lero pondelanda pano mchimulechura. Tamwa kwa Tanenson. We muntu aliupa ulebomba mu government uleni na pasi. Abanene ku South Africa ngambo kubombe nchito. Echo akonganya pukushita motoka. We muntu ulebomba for 5 years. Wenda punch atiliba nesi balia. Iyo babomba mu government liba police officer. Nelson tamwa kwa tesha kwenda punch mune tusebanya. We muntu ulebomba mu buteko 5 years tawakulenganda. 10 years when the punch at yo my husband kukaronga civil servant. Yeah, my husband is a civil servant. You are still renting. Kama kwa tensioni kuliba landlord umwe chale kwati mule wamya toilet no over civil servant. Mwali ona ora makuka mule amkushita. You are slaves. When the economy is okay in the country where we are, when I was in South Africa, when I was in Parabola, when I went to Parabola mine, because I wanted to compare the mines that are in the copper belt and the mines that are in South Africa. So at the time to go to Parabola mine is when we are driving from Pet Bridge to Lapitamu Messina. Messina town is the first town. Then we go, as we are driving, to apita pa toll gate. Nga to afuma pa Bed Bridge, padi pa toll gate first. To apita pa toll gate yapa first, to alamu Messina. Messina town, nga to afuma Messina town, to alamusa nga toll gate. Nga to apita pa toll gate ila, to alamusa nga misebo shivili. Umusebo umori akulaiti, uri akupuro kwane, which is Petersburg. South Africa mondelanda, mweba na banchushi. Nga to afuma paria, to alamuku pita panani, to alamuku Strichard. To apita mwenamuni mountain oba tula. To apita munu Strichard. Elo to akuza nini? Zanini, to yaku left. When I was in Zanini, I wanted to cry because I'm a tractor ku Zambia. I send the copa. Yala balangwa 1,000, nangwati 500. I'm a truck drivers. Balero lelo utwala copa. Muzanini mu Parabola mine. Aba ichenga bale fuma mu Parabola mine. Aba ichaba sambirila. Benshe miotoka. When you go in Karurushi, mukayalila. Kwa di babasi isenda ama workers if makuchambishi. Every afternoon na 12 hours ilesa ya parking apa Karurushi ya kusenda ama workers. Na bena they are happy. They are paid peanuts. South Africans takwa ama basi asenda abaiche. Benda name yotoka ama miners aba bomba kuma mine. And those are importing copper from Zambia. Zambia is an exporter of copper. Ama workers baba senda na mapasi. Ngowa basanga balerwira basi walole shobu chushi. Mweba na banchushi. Mune tupose each time we. When you go in South Africa is importing copper from Zambia, taking copper bora mine. The people that are importing copper, ama workers, they are driving. Imyoto kanga shira ingira mu mine. Aba ichenga bale ingira. Aba lefuma. Walole sha. We chalo chesu cha Zambia. Watch tipani nani. But all of you mweba sambirila. Badi mitila mensha mu June. You can't think. So where are we going? Imwanga mwari obwadi bwatute. Nga mwari obwadi na mwari obwadi na otusabi. Mwari otusabi. Mwari inko kwesha white. Isho bami letela ku Zambia. Isho inko batunge nyereti. Pawe bale shipompa. Esho mulia. Mule ruwala ama ruwele. Kweba tinga na muruwala. Na ama doctors tabale shiba ama ruwele. Nga mwari kuchipatala tiyo. Badi batoa kuchipatala. Nomba. Tabasangiri obu ruwele. Baju muntu nishale ruwala. Inko kwesho mule ruwa. Esho mule dia. Fima ruwele fieka fomula. Muna ndu wabu chushi. Muka mwani ama Indians ngabala diengo kwesha white. Muka mwani ama Chinese ngabala diengo kwesha white. Badi diengo kwesha village chicken. Badi ama goats. The foreigners in Zambia, they are not eating white chicken. They are giving you because you are poor. You can only afford to buy a white chicken. Fima gogo fia alone fia white. Because imobu chushu bwari isa. Ngamu ashitengo kwa idea white nishimuadia sana. Ngawaba nalesha kukalanga bade yengo kwa white kwa tidishu bari pena. Ubu chushu efe bwaba. Ubu chushu burepaya. How many of you are managing kushita ama village chicken? How many of you who are managing to buy village chicken mwana na bana? Mule filo kushita village chicken ni 200 no plus. Ichiko kwa cha white ni 130. Ngala base ndengo kwa cha white. Waba mona bade enda. I want to buy a chicken. Which chicken? A white chicken. Obu chushi. Mweba la ban chushi. That's why mule luwala maruele. Kweba tinga mwaruwala. Nga ma BP. Nga mitima nga mwaruwala. Nishinomba kula nye chinye nyenye. Mula ndu wabu chushi. Nga chakweba kweba tina mkwatoru pia. Kutumuleli ama village chicken. Village chicken diya kwa tamaruele. Ama engo kosho muleli yesho. Muli 6 kachunga ni how many weeks. Chakula. Bala shitunge nyereti. Bale ubushiku bale bula bale shitunga ifimuti bale tunga imwanga muleria atio akairi ifwe ifutula yako nengo kwa white buchushu linchushi we as long as mulele nengo kwa white fia maroni mulibaraba nchushi. You cannot afford to buy a village chicken because you are poor. Civil servant tule nengo kwa white muna ndo wabuchushi no maga tulelanda. When the economy is very bad, aba chula bonse, civil servant tule chula. Na imo bonse mule chula. Mweba naba, imwe, ala mkesa no mulilo. Because ngande mchita device ta mumfa. Alabane, ichalo matui. Alabane, ifefa mwika la kuzambia. Tefyo beka la kufialo fimbi. Muna kwa tensodi. Loleshe ni abantofo baika la mwaka nyama. Pato ile tire nunka, apabare obwali. How do you live like that? Ulengira mu toilet munamune mu toilet emu akusambila munamune mu toilet emu akubomsha ati obali kalati kwenyu soti sana. You are living in Kanyama, you can say soti sana. You are living kwa Mulenga kukapoto in Kitwe ati soti sana. You are the people who are preaching the nonsense of soti sana because you are the poor people who are preaching that nonsense. You should look at where you are living. Loleshe neko mwikala. Abo abantu mulerumba neko bekala. They are living in paradise on earth. You are living in hell. We muntu uleshita Pamela. We muntu soti ya kupimisha. Cooking oil ya kupimisha. Niwale punda soti sana. Wabarode shobu chushi. Kwe no buchushi buruwele. But I can assure you, Zambian people have got another golden chance. 2026 is your golden chance. You make a mistake, you are gone. Ababantu mwabika mubuteko. tabakwata so ba opposition mweba lilemo mweba lefola ngachakwe bati mwali fola. You should think about the poor people. Think about those poor civil servants. Look at those poor garden boys. Look at the poor people bamed yote tu ofole wekenda lama pantu ulefu ubuteko bule ona ule charo bukonga nyepo ubule tumenda lama kuchana by mistake abale ibama switch light abale ibenda lama imi ntapendwa pama airport obo mulefu abuteko buka konga nyepo akainde ichile no buteko bwako bade shama light kuna mibia ama Zambia ntabako eto buteko. You the opposition, you are not talking because mwale fola chaba kwati mobayo ba opposition mula fola because ukutumpa koko mwatumpa ubuteko bulesha ama light ama Zambia nibale chura yo because mule fola tamwale landa mwababa tumpa because abecho wabela opposition kula ndira kwechalo kustali manje ubuteko bwaka inde ichile mokubomba elo iwe akainda lesha light mwaleka bachiburu ba opposition fio balerunda kuti akainde ichile maisangire 17 kwacha ba opposition amwikana akainde aleta protest because akainde when he was in opposition aleta protest pali fio akainde alirunda fio for the first time in Zambia from 1964 alirunda fio to 35 kwacha epore sapangire icharo akainde wapenye icharo fio 35 kwacha epore sapangire icharo abena Zambia bakwa misisi ukulala rensala kula ladila porridge kula filoshita Pamela kali ubunga bwali dola Pamela yali dola badinga tulelanda awabeni abantu bakwa misisi awabeni abantu bakwa kanyama eba lelanda tsoti sana mule ikwatiro oluse walole shaba kashibobe mu toilet bare bonfya walole shaba nabobe inganda bare ingilamo ngana ulala amoru yali panse alisoti sana doleshe nyamanganda aba mwa misisi doleshe nyamanganda mwakarikiriki lolesha nyamanganda abu George compound efe mwaikala ebu chushubo nga ubuteko bwakwata mano when the economy is okay kuti mwafuma mwa George mwashita prot mwambo kule nganda fetra nani cement nga yachipa ama bloko nga yachipa nempia murekwata economy nga iri bwino ingande mwa George mwikala moya tulaika kuti mwatoba mwambo kupange yanyu mwambo kwikala nga abantu mwabika na mapitra mwabika na flashing toilets. But because ubuchushi bulapenya kulabo ukuberera no buchushi mwalishi ila tulanda tipitra clean toilet yali kwata watu iko atomic feces. The atomic feces when you enter in the pitra clean toilet which is not flashable, they are what we call atomic feces. These atomic feces, they will flash out the smell. When the smell enters your nose, the nose, it goes into the brain. It will mix you to stop thinking. That's why abasungu badi monati I am at pitra clean tuleke abantu bari tontonkanya because ngwaingila mu toilet ya pitra clean ngataire na mesh ama nganu nkamafi yaingira mu miona yala mukona ora brain yaleko kutontonkanya. So tulefuwa ubuteko bukesa kwanisha abantu bakwa kanyama abantu bakumutendere abantu bakwa karikiriki abantu baku George compound abantu baku kwa mulenga abantu baku Zambia compound abaku Zambia compound abaku Zambia compound kuchoma abantu baku kumuzabwera bakakwata ma flashing toilet because these atomic feces ngayayimamulya yaingira mu miona yalesala nedura buragata omuntu kwego utontonganya kula support omunguru. We want to see a better nation where you need to have clean water. From 1964 you need to have clean water. We need to see a nation where you need to have food. You have to live in a nation where you access anything you want. But ichwe charo chaba kwa chari tipwa abasambirira tabalanda chikuru baleria bantu ali kwata PhD ngalefula. They don't think about the poor. Echo ba ishibanga ku University of Zambia ngasambirira aingira nenchito nishaikala. And you expect a nation to develop like that when the educated people they can't think. For the nation to develop, you need the people who have been educated so that they can educate those people who are not educated and they move together to build a nation. So then Zambia, in Endemisoka, you have got another chance. Part 15, Bala Studies of Parliament. Ninshaka inde ichilema, yalamaka mwamu pere ya chepa. Na imo bonse, ba police mweba let wikata, you are going to be on your own. Mweba ikate ela mu UPN dinga yapona muke shibe okweba ati mukalale kamweke nchito mukala butuka mweka, because you look at yourselves. Nale panga tribalism when I was working in the Ministry of Education. Nale panga tribalism when I was working at the Ministry of Infrastructure. Nale panga tribalism at the court. I was doing tribalism at the police. You will run away by yourself. Punishment is coming just for yourself. You stop reporting for work because you reap what you sow. So I remind you again, Parliament will be dissolved this month, and we are changing the government. Madam Police Officer, where you are, there, we are changing the government. How was your performance from 2021 up to 2026? You are a magistrate. How was your performance from 2021 to 2026? Bushe nani, Bushe Chilangwa na Chitotela. Bali kwa Temilando. We are coming back for their cases. Bushe Bowman, are the Minister of Copper Belt, are the Minister of Rusaka, are the Member of Parliament Wakabush, is a businessman. Kuchafira Ukurenganda, we are coming back and we are going to give them back their things. And Edi Karungo was a lawyer. From 1981 somewhere there, or 1982 somewhere there, or 1987, he was a lawyer. Edi Karungo was a lawyer. Kutiafira Ukurenganda. Asa bana Member of Parliament wachawama. Na graduate ba mupela. Kutiafira kwa tenda lama. Kutiafira invest in business that can give him profit. Asa bana president for 7 years. Aba kashiba akwe. Bali ngiro kuchula. Aba nabakwe. Teti bakwati olupia. Ukolombe kutumpa. Ukolombe kunyela mumpoto. Wakulanda chaba nabakwa Edi Karungu. Teti bakwati ndalama. Aba kashiba akwe. Teti bakwati olupia. Umuntu wali lawyer. Umuntu wali bombe nchito. Umuntu wali Member of Parliament. Umuntu wali Minister. Umuntu wali President for 7 years. When you are a President for 7 years, nangu wali pena uli shilo. Tuwa kwa tendelama. Kairi ndeke ni free. Few ni free. Imyotoka acha ni free. If you are ni free, your money is just to bank because everything is free. Nangu tawa kwa tamano wali pena. Tuwa kwa tolupia. Yo ari birendalama. Edi Karungu ngari birendalama. Mweba rabandoshi. Mga tulange ndalama ku Minister of Finance. Tuwalikwata Bank of Zambia. Tuwalikwata na bank na Minister of Finance. Baka tulange ndalama Edi Karungu. Achitire withdraw from Minister of Finance. Na ku Bank of Zambia. Ndalama isho asendere. Yo adibire ndalama isho. Edi Karungu muntunga iwe. Ngakwata 2 million. Kuti aibika mu business. At the end of 1 year. 2 million. Kuti amupela shinga. Ngakwata as a president alefola ndalama every month. Motoka free. State house free. Ale kwele ndege free. Fuel free. If you are free. Ama hotel free. Nangu wali pena. Tuwakalo kwa torupia. Atiyo Edi Karungu. Adi Kabuala he was corrupt. Wisona noko. Kabuala la. Wisona noko. Ewa ibani. Kabuala la. Edi Karungu te Kabuala la. Na haba kashibago te ba Kabuala la. Edi Karungu was a normal father. Ine paropo ndiresa ngampere chuma. I need to empower my wife. I need to empower my children. Because they have to be independent. Not yabana, Edi Karungu angisha mwendalama at your process of crime. What nonsense is that? That is pure nonsense. Underline the word pure nonsense. So as we go this year general election, iditwala chinjo buteko, mumwebi akainde ichile ma HH ku Zambia. We are changing the government and we are going to keep him like a baby. We are going to protect him the way we protect eggs. That's how we are going to protect him. Akainde ichile ma alikwata community house area na mtuinga ipoka tuashitisha. It cannot stop the nonsense of high poverty levels in the country. Nangu tuwasenda famu yakwe, tuwasenda ngombe shoze shakwata tuashitisha. It is a drop in the ocean. Inda mesho tuwakwatesha Switchlight. Inda ama tuwakwatesha Copper. Inda ama tuwakwata Shingi. There is nothing that you can fight akainde ichilema. So you the people of Western Province, you the people of Northern Province, Muchinga, wherever you are watching, we are retiring akainde ichilema without fighting him. Tatu akampoka pwe chuma chakwe. Tulefu akareria. Na haba kashibakwe na bana. anti wakafwe tatulefuwa tule mkonka yo bakainde echileba tule bakonka nga bafa as a president. That nonsense must be stopped. We cannot develop a nation with the nonsense of process of crime. Kuma Zambia kwali baba kwa tendalama kwali baba when you are in Maputo kwali baba ama top building kwebati yabantu. When you are in South Africa kwali baba top building ama hotel ama kafindeko kalya karamba kalya kamuntu ku Mozambique kamuntu ku South Africa kamuntu ku Tanzania. But in Zambia mulela ndatu muntu ngati apange findeko nishikuti mwamwikata muna ichilenga fila bututu. When you have got a background of poverty, you begin to misbehave like somebody who is a mad cockroach. Akainde echilema muntu kuti akwata hotel. Akainde echilema muntu kuti akwata ifyuma. Because mukuru baidi kalungu bakalamba tibakaloko tendelama. Your process of crime. That demon on 13th August, we are removing that demon process of crime. We are going to make sure we stop that nonsense. On 13th August, we are stopping the nonsense of tribalism. Fide fiama fifi atumpa fifi abola fifi amasushi fifi akulando kwebati uyumubemba uyumutonga uyunikarubale. That nonsense we are going to stop it. Bon say you are equal. Ngacha kwebati bale ngisha bu police abatonga babemba bakarubale abalozi abachewa abangoni nkala ingire nchito takwa kabyati yo uyumu kulalo shapati database ya tribe takwa kabe. We are coming to stop that nonsense. I'm assuring you. Tatureza mtature chensa. Tatureza mkuangala this year. This year we are changing the government. Mweba shasa mbilila. We need to create an environment, jobs for you. We can have big farms. Titu amitwata. Tuabika ZNS. Uku mitrenesha. Ela fileja ndapita sana muma kapaki. Kurusaka. Murea sanga garage ba ZNS. Bale tuwale miotoka kuli private garage. Ba Zambia ame bale tuwale miotoka shabu kulungisha ku private garage. That nonsense will stop it. What we are supposed to do now. But aba mkusambira engineering, ba mechanical, aba yakuma trade school, they are supposed to be employed under ZNS. Are supposed to be employed under Zambia ame. But aba yakuma trade school mkusambira ya mechanical. So that inga ba ingile nchito eba lelungisha mabasi yaba Zambia ame na uniform nafuala eba lelungisha ama motoka yaba ZNS no tukulabula motoka ZNS kula tuala kumuntu akwata garage ati ari wina contract ku ZNS lelungisha motoka ya ZNS izadi ba ZNS but they advertise tuala ingisha ama ba mechanical aba kuma trade school ama engineers babe ingisha babika na ma workshop moto ka ZNS inga yafwa eba lerungisha ngatakuli myoto ka sha ZNS na aba kwete fye myoto ka ba civilian kuti bale twale myoto ka ku ZNS bale charginga no kucharginga iyi moto ka mwalali pila 1000 kwacha ilenda lama na receipt ya government bapera bale aba icha bale bomba ZNS ba mechanical bale bomba mpa bale fola under government salary na pension bale kwata. But chino echo mali kwata mangaro ba ZNS bale sende myotoka shabo bale twala kunani ku private atiyo ngushe myotoka sha ZNS. When I become the president of this country, that nonsense will be stopped. I can assure you that nonsense will be stopped. Every department mulingire mwa kwata ba mechanical, Ministry of Education mulingire mwa kwata ba mechanical aba kulungishe myotoka sha ministry. Every department. That's why tulesa ngaba push mechanical bale lala fie imyotoka shari bola Muzambia bali parkinga ngabo hapa pa Ministry of Lands walolesha chino echaro kwani bafya abantu abatontonkanya ku Ministry of Land bali parking imyotoka ku Ministry of Education simple problem bali parkinga Ministry of mwe bantu bakwalesa. We need the people who are educated to run these affairs of the government. Inafyo ndela ndamulebeba ngana bakateka ngani wabo mechanical ukamuku isanga mu ZNS inchito yobenga wakuda nga waku ZNS kuya workshop imyotoka sha ZNS nga shafwa kulungisha kwali ba Google this time nga twaleta motoka yanyu kuya pa Google mwa bale misambirisha basungu iyi motoka nga yaisa ichafwaniso kabiye nya paso mulesa mbirira that nonsense social musende myotoka sha buteko kula twala kuma garage. That nonsense will be stopped. Panel beaters must be employed under government. Twakwata workshop yaba panel beater motoka ya buteko ngaba mu road accident kulingira bapana ubite ba lebomba no kupenta but mule imyotoka sha buteko mwali parking every year mule shite myotoka ayama kuruza aya CDF ayapona kutwala ku garage ya buteko CDF motoka ngabeuka kui downside ya mwaitwala workshop ya banani ya government abe balawo mwaingisha amapana ubita bambo kutsapana ubitira CDF motoka baipenta ngana ikwata ene mechanical fault mwala bula ba mechanical babuteko eba larungisha ngana ikwata electrical fault mwala bula electrician wa buteko ule bomba but amati party that's why chino echaro chino chari kwata abantu abatumpa bamuneka kwati ngala bafuala masuti kwati bali sambira kashi fikopo. But when I become the president, I can assure you, you are an auto electrician. You are going to be employed and you are going to be on a government salary. You are a mechanic. You are going to do mechanics under the government. We are not going to allow vehicles of government to go to any department ya kwa bati bambu tulike myotoka shabu teko na baremba ZDNS apa ZDNS motoka apa Minister of Health apa Minister of Agriculture. You are failing to learn the affairs of the nation because you have got people who are in offices about quite analog type of thinking. Most of the people, they think like ZNBC. When you go at ZNBC, why in the ZNBC paria? Kasanga bakote eba ikalamuma offices. They don't even know how to edit. They don't even know how to edit the news. They just report. They don't know anything. You cannot run ZNBC the way they run ZNBC. There is no department, creative department. Who don't understand how to produce content. Because there is poor content there. The people are there. They don't know how to produce. You need to employ a producer. ZNBC. You employ people, content producers. They are on a salary. You are watching everything from foreign land. Muletambefia ku India, muletambefia ku Philippines, muletambefia ku America, because there are people in the offices at ZNBC who are doing nothing. If I was a minister of broadcasting, I can scrap out a lot of people that ZNBC. I can wash that ZNBC. I can bring in people who can give Zambian local content. We can have segments, here drama, here comedy, here movies, here series. And we can find the money to pay the local producer. Zambian local producers, actors are beggars. Musicians are beggars. You cannot develop a country without entertainment. Imagine, we pay 15,000. Davido, Aisa Zambia, Muleri Pirenda Beshkuru. Licros from America, how much money are you paying? Uksabe pastage ya imbaya. Ukula ndefi on delanda. You are paying the mama 15 pin. But me ule landa, I'm not paid anything. Do you think this country can develop? You are able to pay a foreign artist. Per person, ulali pila 15 pin. Nama ticket yapwa. 15,000 mulali pila. Entertainment is the greatest business. But we have got a useless government that does not believe in the entertainment. We have got useless people in the offices who cannot understand that entertainment is the greatest business. Pakutamba felestringi yabaiche. Ma dollars. But here in Zambia, look at the entertainment, no sense. Look at agriculture, no sense. Look at mining, no sense. Look at health sector, no sense. We have got people who are not doing anything in the offices. Echoba Ishiba, ma TikTok, Echoba Ishiba, Echoba Ishiba, Bala Nwena Kwisa, Echoba Ishiba nipa WhatsApp, Echoba Ishiba ma video call, Echoba Ishiba kutumama photo na beka palika computer mu government. They are doing nothing. They are, when you have got a nation where people they think in theory. They don't think in practical. That is a useless nation. Zambian people, the people that you take to the universities, your children, they all know theory. All what they dream is to pass an exam. They don't know about practical. That's why this country will never go anywhere. How many people have graduated from the Republic of Zambia from 1964? When the University of Zambia was opened, it was opened before 1964, if I'm not mistaken. 50 years of independence, you have got graduates. You are failing to construct a road. You are failing to build top buildings. You are looking up to a Chakana, a Chinese, to come and build a top building. What a cast nation. Zambian people, mwalitemo kwangala. Ishala chari kwa tabantu abatemo kwangala. Yo, ngamakwata abantu bachakorwa, abalenu wafi obwarwa, aba wafi, pama relationship, pama Facebook. You cannot develop a nation with a country where people, they can't think fast. We are not in analog. We are into digital, where things are very fast. But ngamarosha kuzambioko, muchili munenya ntamatipa. Kuzambioko, muchili mulerira na fuel. Kuzambioko, muchili mulerira nenchito. Abana benu barekota kwa bulo kuingira poinchito. Namkwatama mine. The sami pela switch light. Abana benu bachibele korobwarwa. You can have a mine ine na ngaingisha ko mine ida abali 3000 baingira kwa bana matruck driver abakutunta kopa mulebe ngisha. Ichalo chino chali kwa techuma. But because you have got useless leaders, you have got the people who can think about the poor. You have got the people who cannot think about the future for the younger generation to come. Mule bule cho mecha charo, mule pela ba muisa. Abana benu bale la rensala. Mule ni na mabasi. Abana enu kale bale koku na mabasi kufialo. Kale bale ka. Benda na mioto kama personal vehicles. Nomba, ama moto kama basi. Ngo waingira murusa kama basi. Yatanta mefumula ndo wabuchushi. Because abantu bakwatenda lama. You know, the more you have former buses in a country, there are more poor people. Because when muntunga le kwa bus, it means you cannot manage to buy tires of a car. You cannot manage to buy fuel. You cannot manage to buy a car. You cannot manage to maintain the car. You are poor. That's why abantu abali fete bala ingira muri bus kubompya bus inga imo because they are the poor people. And charo chino chari kwate chuma, chari kwata copper, chari kwata gold, chari kwata ma sweet light, chari kwata coal, chari kwata ma cobalt, chari kwata zinc. Zambian people are still poor because the people that are in office, they don't care. Enangari haikuta nempi yako atakubank. They want to see the poor people. They are becoming poorer because we have got useless leaders. When we have got useless leaders, they want themselves to be rich. Others should be poor. And me, I'm not going to be part of those leaders who are useless. We want to uplift the lives of the poor. Badaba shakwate myoto kabakwata. Badaba shakwate nganda bakula. Badaba abashila ingile nchito. Bada ingila. Icho titwangisha abantu abengi kuma mine. Titwangisha abantu abengi mu agriculture. Titwangisha abantu abengi twalikwate efimana. Ba PF badiamba to encourage abantu to keep fish. Fish farm, we can be exporters of fish to Congo. But look, Congo has got poverty. We are failing to feed Congo. No, mataba, mulabika smuggling kwikata. How many people were crying kukopa belt? But we have got useless leaders who cannot think of expanding agriculture sector because they cannot kwata. Twice but Congo they need the food. As a nation, we have to be very busy. We need to empower our people with cheap fertilizer. We have to empower our people with tractors. We have to empower our people with inputs. We have to empower our people so that activities, agriculture, you have a busy. Irrigation will be able to export food to Congo. We can create job in this country in agriculture. Agriculture only can employ children. But abana benu bale batonya fyama bere. Abana benu bale korwa fyobwarwa. Abana benu ino shitaso bali maba. Because it's not a business nation. When you have got a business nation, tetu sanga abantu bale korobwarwa this time. But in Zambia this time na mukorwa. Abantu bale no tujirijiri. You cannot run a country like that. God has given you everything. When you have got leaders who care for themselves, when you have got people, rich fools, Bible remembered there was a rich man, there was a rich fool. That's what the Bible says. When people are coming to you, they are beggars, you feel nice. Families. Abantunga bale kulomba mulomfwa bwino alechula uli achula fye bali chibemba chilanda timusaruwa lipesamba ularuka waisa pamuru balabeni abale kulomba niwo kala baromba mairo. And I want to encourage you, my brothers and sisters, wherever you are, never give up on life. Understand that the future is greater than the past. Forget about the past. Pick good things out of the past and move on, because the past will never change your future. You need to forget about the past and wrap up your future, your past, and put up your pieces of disappointments and move on. Icharo cha Zambia chilefo ikabantu aba kwa tamano, aba kubombera kwa agriculture, aba kupange misebo. Zambian people from 1964, the timulenda roads are a potwar. You cannot be dying because of potholes, because of bad roads. What causes most of the accidents is because of bad roads. When we are in South Africa, we are driving from Petersburg or from Messina. We go through Petersburg, Prokwane. We go to Pretoria. We go to Joburg. We go to Durban. You will never see a pothole, because when you put up a target, the money you raise is to build the new roads, to maintain the roads, and to pay the workers who are working in those roads. Zambian people, you can put a target. What a demonic country. You put up a target. You are collecting profits. In front, their potholes. Who has reached that country? Ukolamba kupena, ukwakweba timwabika target. Mwabika target, pampika, pachilonga. Ulefu mapachilonga, uleisa, kula pasalenje, wasanga mapotuo. Ulefu makapiri, uleingira mumukush, wasanga target. The government is collecting money. They are failing even to maintain potholes. Where are they taking the money? When our people are dying on road accidents. When I become the president, the money for toll fees will be to construct new roads. The money will be to maintain the roads and to pay the workers who are working on those booths. These and drama. This is all for my civil servant. How were the civil servants paid? And you make a mistake, mwasenda matofis, ama target, mwapela ma foreigners. And you want to create to the Zambian people jobs. How do you create jobs to the Zambian people? If you are able to get a target, a money-making machine, you give it to a foreigner. When are we going to have new roads? Kaya nambo kulanda. Inyangala ba president, ukukutumpa, kukapuo kwa bushiru. Ngatuabika target, pama nyumbi. Ngatuabika target, kunani ngatuabika target, ku Western Province kumongu kwae. Aba kwae, ngabalefu kupanga new roads. They need to get money from that target. That target must borrow a new road. Ngabapanga road imbi, ya kwae, babika target. So that the target, ya kwata new road. Half money, balesha pay loan. Kuri kwa sendelenda lama. In case they will be able to maintain. Then again, to a bigger target, kunani ku Southern Province, any target, ila target, ili borrow indalama to a new road. Ngatuabika target in Choma, any roads that aba Muchoma. Tuabika, tuamba kupango musebo from Patoka, we are going to Mamba. We pass through 7 corners. Ngatuasango musebo wadi odaika. Pass 7 corners. As we are driving from Patoka, we pass through 7 corners. As we go to Snazeze, we go to Mamba. We need to construct that road. And we put up a target. That target will be paying money to the target where they borrowed money from Choma. then we are going to make this country a London in Africa. We are going to make America in Zambia. But if we get the same money of targets becomes consumption, we pay our civil servants, then we're a useless government. Then we're a useless country. Lesa, if you pay umuntu kumupanga, adipanga menswaya. Amenso fele sa apangi la kurode shako, enchito ya iko. Efele sa pange miona, shaku peme nako. Efele sa panga akanuaka, kakurilako. Ngatuwa panga ma target ya kupeme nako, kupange misewo chapu. We need to look at another avenue that can produce and make other things. We should think like whites. We should be in the mind of a white man, but in a black man's skin. Me, I think like a white man in a black man's skin. That's how I think. I don't think like the other people think. I think I'm in the mind of a white man in a black man's skin. We cannot be thinking whites are so clever. When you put up a target, mwala bule mpia shama target, esho mule fore shama ba teacher, esho mule fore shama civil servant. Ewa nishi, aba ku Tanzania, when the truck drivers are driving from Tanzania, there are no potholes. The truck drivers who are coming from South Africa, they have got no potholes. Here in Zambia, you are collecting money. You are failing to maintain laws. You are thieves. You are stealing from the countries that are coming from other countries. Truck ya muntu, afuna South Africa, asa afuna Zambia, because of potholes. Then you muntu achipira target. You are thieves. You are stealing from other countries. When you put up a target, you need to maintain the laws. So that when you pay, tetwa mgushito bunga iwe, we shiru iwe, wasende ndalamo wapenda 300 kwacha, waya pela, wa mgushito bunga. Ela baku pele michanga. Do you think you can think? Tuwalanda abagushisha, walikuwa tamano, na wasende michanga. If you go in a supermarket, you want to buy, you pay for a T-bone, they give you eggs. Are you going to be a normal person? When you pay for a target, you pay for toffees, you need to go through a nice load. That's why before you put a target, what you start with first is to put what? To construct a new tarmac. Then you put a toffees. So that you can collect money for the expense that you did on that road. And when there is any pothole, you'll be able to maintain. But when you go in a northern province, Akainde Ichirema and your government, attention. When we are driving from Mansa, we are going through Luwingu, and we pass through Luwingu, we go through Lubushi, we go to Mpolokoso, turn off, we go to Kasama. Before, just after you leave Mansa, you are driving to go to Luwingu. Because Luwingu, load from Mansa, pass through Luwingu, then it goes up to Kasama. There is a toll gate there. But police, they are there. They are collecting money, but police now are protecting, and there is a toll gate there. They are collecting money. When you drive between Luwingu and Kasama, the Mwasangama port was the government takwa Tanson. It is Teko, the takwa Tanson. And you, the Zambian people, you are not serious. Kusangama port to offer imbika, akainde chemetakwa Tanson. Ubu Teko Buakwe, Bulese and Dendarama, they are failing even just to maintain the potholes. Just to maintain the potholes, they are failing. Then why are you collecting money? Yes, we know. Uriomu sebo amatiraki nomba. Ya pitoko ya pita. Amatiraki ya lego pitoko pili. Amatiraki ya inga fumakopa beoti. Ya pita through. Ya pita mumansa. Ya pita muruwingu. Ya pita kuisa kasama. Elo ya connect. Ya pita ku akumbala turn off kulia. Baingira musenga constituency. Mumpanga ya mambwe. Ya ana kuna konde ya kutala salamu. We know that. But when you look at the potholes which are there, your government, your useless government, they are collecting toffees. They are failing to maintain the potholes in from Luwingu to Kasama. There are so many potholes. Why are you collecting money? Why the people are paying toffees? If you can fail to maintain the roads, if you can fail to mend the potholes, that is pure stealing from the motor, from the owners of the vehicles. You are stealing. And when I become the president, I'm going to stop that nonsense. Ngachakwebo kwebati tulese ndenda rama tuapanga omusebo tuabika target omusebo waonaika within short period of time. The tarmacs must be maintained so that we stop the nonsense of road accidents in the Republic of Zambia. People are dying on the road accidents because of potholes. Ama motoka muke pushaba kumpika. When you are driving from Mpika, you are coming into Serenje. Every time mkasanga IT, motoka na ibeuka. Mulandu ama pothole, mkasanga ama tara na apoka. But kuchironga chilipiro muntu indalama, there is a target there. People are losing their vehicles. People have lost their vehicles. When you are kind as government, they are collecting money through the toll fees and they are failing to maintain the roads. Zambian people are dying on road accident. Zambian people, wake up. We need a government that is going to protect your future. We need a government that will think about your life. Because it is either wala kontaika moru, wala lemana, nangu wala fwa, ngawa shuka, wala fumamo na maintain body pains. Remember, how do you develop a nation where people are dying like flies on the roads? So Zambian people, we need leaders that will develop every sector. Not yamangalo abade chitaba. Ngababu kabade buta. Aka inde HMS government, they are just busy fighting by opposition. Kuikata abena chitautela, abena chilangwa, abena Bowman, abena Malanji, abena Mabonga, abena Ijithina Wakwi, abena JJ Banda. They are busy fighting people. When you have got leaders who are fighting people, when you have got a government that fight people, that is a useless government. Great leaders, great governments, they don't fight people. They build a nation. So if I become the president, basichone asichone. Ababo nsaba le korobwarwa. I am a ministry balala mo. Panti balala fie bale foroma. We are going to make a country. Aba kumalawi bakala samku mkufa enchito. Aba kuposwana bakala samkufa enchito. Aba kuzimbabwe bakala samkushita apply enchito. That is a nation we want. Zambia is very rich. We can have fish farm. Mwaba senda aba ichenga bapuisha maskuru. Kwa di baba asambirila. How to learn ama fish farming. Mwa senda aba iche. Mwabi kama cage. Mwabi kapapangwe uru. Mwabi kama cage. Pale kipangwe uru. Pale kimweru. Mwabi kama cage. Muma rivers. Ashuma. Paza mbezi kuti mwabi kama cage. Ama cage mwabi kama cage. Bazi panani hapa pama mkafiwe river. Mwabi kama cage aba ichibale aba ichiba pusha fe skuru. Mwabi kama cage bale feeding esabi ngaba inuke chunguro bale ama classroom, how to treat fish, how to look after fish bale basambirisha. We can be exporters of fish aba iche bale bafove kuma skuru bambo keeping esabi bale fola. We can create jobs, but we have got useless leaders. You tell them they are useless. Because isocha alikuwa techuma abantu aba ichibale korwa tabale kwa tenchito. We have got useless leaders aba kuma offices na banana. That's why when you go to every ministry mkasangama ministers bale no afya makofi. When you ask them what are your plans under your ministry bale no afya makofi na balala no kushimika no Luambo ngamwapa minister of infrastructure nina ntola state transfer ngamwako makoti nina ntola state transfer. You are busy fighting your own people. You are busy fighting your friends. When I become the president of this country, one day in the future, where unuobuaro, ukeshiwa ishita yaku unuobuaro. Wa ushakuwa tenchito, ukeshiwa icharengele nkoko kana sunda. Because mure angara na icharo. Other countries, people are very busy. China is busy every day. They are working 24/7 hours to feed the whole world. Because they are able to export their product in other countries. That's why the population is bigger. They have got more than 2.30 million. Billion, in fact, not million. 2.5 billion people. Why? Because when you have got a large population, people, they think, Zambia makwata 20 million people. And your government is discouraging you to have children. Natokota population ikuru, we are going to fail to feed the people because you have failed to create jobs that can export. Tualikuwa tempange shukuru kuti tuwateke ngombe no tukwati omuntu bale yumfati alikuwa te ngombe. kuti twakwate ng'ombe bazedns kuti bakwate ng'ombe ama million baba na export of beef to Congo naba ichabare bomba abakurosha pa ng'ombe how to treat ng'ombe no ku feeding ng'ombe. We can create jobs at the end of the day. We can be exporter of beef to Congo aba ichabare bomba ba civilian. But because we have got people in offices, they are running ama ministries analog. If you have to running ama ministries, the population here is 6 million. That's how they are running a government. You have to think big. You have to think for the poor people. Kukwata mano ya chifiarirwa. Nga moya kwa mulenga abantu nabakorwa. Muya ukarurush bale korwa abantu this time. A nation must be busy. When I was in Tanzania, so I had the time to go to Sinzamoe. There's a place called Sinzamoe. Then I went to Ilala. I went to Ubungo. So I decided to check up what is happening. Because if you don't go outside the country, in the morning, I'm about to call you. So nasa I push on. Nishi kulota besu ama bauru chero. Ero barando kweba tikono Tanzania kwa ribe funde nyelele. Ewa shile funde. People must work. People must drink in the afternoons after they have worked. Tamwaga sange. When you go to Tanzania, kwa riba tulandati lice tumakamba tuwari. Uwari tulanda tugari. So when you are in Tanzania, you will never find a 25 kg bag of belly meal. Tawa abonse bali kwata bali nyeleri ali bafundire. You need to have a piece of land. You have to grow your own food to feed your own family. Whether you are working or not working. Gamu wakwata ama holiday. Mule ya mkubomba kuma farm. Ila holiday obe wakwata waya. Wako kufamu walolesha fitekwa. Walolesha. That period it makes you. Yalama 4 days holiday. Yala kupelesha abantu waba kwa tamano. Kuya kuma famu yabo 4 days holiday. Kutia adikala 1 year. Aikala 5 months. Atako kufamu. Because every time I'm in office, Saturday na Sunday, famu yako yabo kutari. So nga kwa 4 days holiday. Ala imapa Friday. Aya. Nomba bubu teko wakwaka inde ichilema. Bulevo ofu miyako na ma holiday. Taba ishwati, there is a secret in these holidays. Some of the people, they expand their businesses during these holidays. That's when they plan. That's when they have ela bakwata na otulando kweba stock taking. Okay bane, tukakwata stock taking palong holiday. All these things they don't understand. They just come to say, "Tolafu miyako ama holiday." They cannot even understand the impact of holidays, how it helps the economy. Some people they check up their businesses during the holidays. Some people kwali babantu aba busy. Abasungu chilenga ichalengo kwebati abasungu tule kwata tourism. Abasungu bala kwata ama holiday. Ngakwata holiday bala senda bakashibabona abana bayisa mugutamba Victoria Falls. When they have got an holiday, where they are coming from? How do you promote a local tourist? Therefore, if I was a president of the Republic of Zambia, and how I can expand, Minister of Tourism, tualikwata Chimba Force, tualikwata Malex, tualikwata Kalambo Force, tualikwata Ntumba Chush, tualikwata Victoria Force, tualikwata ma game parks. If I was a president of the Republic of Zambia, actually Kambila Boguchita is to buy ama indeke isha tourism, local tourists, and ama prices must be cheaper so that everyone can afford. Abakuya kuma game park, abakuya. If you want to utilize holidays as a normal government, a government of people who think we can have we can have holidays and we can create job through tourism. Tuwala kwa tendeke isha tourism. Tuwala kwa tana ama bus na adembapo to Minister of Tourism, Chishimba Force, Minister of Tourism, Kalambo Force, Minister of Tourism, Victoria Force, Minister of Tourism, Nangwenya Game Park, Kafue Game Park, abalefoga mkutambe nsofu, basi yarama long weekend, kuya mkulipila government, abale ya Kafue Game Park, bali pila abale fuka mkutambe nsofu nemwena abale fuka mkutamba fyonse bale bali pilishe ndalama government wali pila kuyana okubwela bimbini 500 kwa chailya yala mu government treasury ngana ali pila basi nga yaisula yatutwala kukafue national park tuwala mkutambe nama over that long weekend those were the holidays tuwala kwatendeke abale kwata kwendalama aba kuyana ndeka bada mkutamba Victoria Falls tuwala chita creating chito tuwala kuma game park tuwala panga maroji tuwala kuma falls tuwala panga maroji tuwamba no kuingisha abantu inchito every holiday abantu balingire bamugutamba ma Victoria Falls abantu bamugutamba government ilingire pange ndalama kubonfye ndeke no kubonfye ama bus but because you have got leaders I'm saying you have got useless leaders who are learning the affairs of the nation analog they can't think efe wakaunda bashi ni filafine. We need leaders who can think. Somebody is saying tufumie kwa holidays. How are you going to promote tourism? Because there are two people in tourism. They are what we call local tourists and the foreign tourists. Now you reduce all holidays. How are you going to promote local tourism? Because people that when they have got an holiday, they have to go for speedy cruising. Balingeba ukafue gakuri holiday, balingeba kusi avonga. They have to go to Livingstone. They have to go to Kalambo Falls. They have to go to game park. Zambia will never develop. When you have got leaders who can think like any analog thinking, we are in digital, where you need to utilize every sector, where you need to think. Bajibaisa at yo, tolafumia kwa holiday arifula. You have failed to manage holidays. When you have got leaders who can fail to manage the affairs of the nation, they can fail to manage holidays. Because me, I can manage an holiday. As a president of the nation, I can say, you guys, not kuatendeke shirishitatu. Imwendeke ida kwa fwe national park. Imwendeke. And you as a president, ngamulefwa to have a tour with the president. Nalani na mundeke na inazi. As a tourist. Local tourist. Aka india ichile malero. Ngalando kwebati. Aba lefwa yo kuya ku Victoria Falls. Tulina na bene ndeke. Ukuya ku Victoria Falls. Kuyana okubwele ndeke. Ni 1,500 or in 2,000. How many people bakana ka india ichile mamundeke? Kuya mkutamba Victoria Falls. Ba mutalenga balando kwebati. Ndea mkudea kuchimba Falls. Ndeke ya touristika imeshite aso. Niba ngama minister bakana bena. Alo chilenda manga bale lipira. Chila mu government treasury. Chinuwe chalo. You need people can think. You have got leaders who are in offices who can't think. We need the people can think. Na tukwataba ichabena JK. Na tukwataba ichabena makitu. Abena yo maps. Timu abika. Abade ana basi. Yo maps. Ana pa ministry. Basi ile na yo maps. Ya ile ya kunani. Kuruangwa. Ni. Kuruangwa game park. Abade ana JK ni banani. Abade ana nani. Abena JK bare fola. Ukuya fana JK. Who wants to have dinner with your maps? Aka kwa atila dinner. Kunani kuna kumongu. But yakana basi ya tourist. Abaka na yo maps. Kuya kwa tama photo nangwe. That guy is a superstar. Mwanamu bika pa basi. Umwa icho at the end of the month. Alambo kufora. But because you are not creative, you cannot create jobs. And you have got leaders in offices who are useless. You cannot run a country with people who are useless. You cannot develop a country of umuntu nganyere mairo. Trafina efi anyere. Na lelo kunya sema people must start thinking. Ababa ichabe ishirabe na recross. Aisa mkupange ndalama. Kumweba na mkwata loko tourist. Na mkwata ndeke. Mwalamu ebo kwebati. Recross, welcome to Zambia. We want you to go and see Victoria Falls and Chishimba Falls. Ala mwabike ndeke ya loko tourist. Aba defo ukuya na recross mundeke. Itikati. Ukuya na recross. Ukuya kupona mkwama photo. Ala, itikati ni 5 pin. Shileni drama shesa mgovernment. Uliomu haiche, mwamubika pandeke, recross na Davido, ufumile kuna Nigeria. He will be happy to go and watch. To go and watch Victoria Falls. He will be happy to go and watch Chishimba Falls. He will be happy to go and watch the game parks. The animals in the game parks. And the people they have paid. You have created job for a pilot. You have created job for the people can clean an aeroplane. You are going to create job for the young who are going to feed those who are on an aeroplane. But because you have got useless people, abashakwata mano balikota balilia. Those are the people mule become officers. Abakota balilia. You need to have young youth who can be creative. Twala leta na Zambia. Okay, twala leta Kofi. How many times Kofi is Zambia? Has he ever been to Victoria Falls? Mwalamu leta Kofi. Mwamweba. Kofi, we want you to promote our tourism. So what we are going to do, we are paying so much. Ela mwabike ndeke, mwabika na mabasi. Kofi, akala pay formula ku Victoria Falls. Eko aka pay formula. Aba de ndeke naba. Kuyana Kofi mundeke so much. Aba kuyana mabasi naba. You can create jobs through tourism. But tourism is a dead sector in this country because you have got people in your offices. Ngawaba sanga na bekala. Waba lolesha. Ichola, bachola. These people are you thinking? Zambian people, you need people who can transform Zambia to a better nation. You need people who can create jobs where there are no jobs. You need people who can think where they are supposed to think. That can only be done when you bring in people who have got fresh ideas. So in Ngandelanda, I know what I'm talking about. I've been in South Africa. I've been in Mozambique. Kulokondi. Ni mewa titume nyama phone. Nalanda sana. Nalanda sana. You can call on my WhatsApp line. The WhatsApp line I'm using is a plus 258 87 38 40 55 3. If you want to contribute anything, I want to give you an opportunity. Nalanda sana. So the number that I'm using is it's already on top there. Gamwa checking up broadcasting yandi. Mwala isanga number ni plus 258 87 38 40 55 3. A number ndebo mfia. A number ndebo mfia. Debo mfia. You can call me on my WhatsApp line so that you can contribute. Nalanda sana. Otherwise, ukwete amatwi kale umfwa. Ine nshibutukiro kubabu minister, bu member of parliament, na alikwata the agenda of the Republic of Zambia. That's why in agenda Zambia yonse. Nadia ku South Africa, Mozambique, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Tanzania, Congo DR, because I need to go and see how our countries are to apply. What South Africans can do, we can also do them. If South Africa is boasting that they are in Africa, but they are just in Africa, but they are in Europe, we can make Zambia a country where every person can come and say, okay, chinwe chao chiwe. Elo barungu bari chita prepare. Bari panga KK International Airport. Chako bati ndege chaikila. Ati chaikile ndege shingi. At the end of the day ngaturefwa chitwapanga na airport. Tourism airport. Ya kweba tukwafi ndege sha tourism. Every time ndege shire ima shire ya shabwela. Abantu ama pilot kuti baingire nchito. Aba kubomba mu aba kushia kuma ticket ya aba mabasi one side mwabi kama basi one side mwabi kendeke at one area kuya kushani huko ama civil servant mule bachita encourage ngakuri holiday mwala senda ama civil servant mwabeba twala mipela cheaper price turefu amuka itamba kwenama teachers they want to go outside there kwali baba teacher aba shaba napo Victoria Falls epo bafialirwa kwali baba soldier kwali baba police epo bafialirwa. They have never seen Victoria Falls. So when you have got holidays and you create a platform, ya kulando kwebati kudi ari ama salary yenu every year twakala putura uka 10 kwacha every month nga Africa every year basibo servant ba teacher mwaka la yoko teti bakane kuleko bane fya kuda bayadi ya. Do you think kuti bakana nga mwabe balero ba teacher kulando kwebati every year ba teacher mwaka la mkutamba Victoria Falls mwakala mkutamba mwakala kuma game park every salary twakala fumyako 10 kwacha every salary twakala fumyako 20 kwacha kutibakana batisha nangu 50 kwacha kutibakana nangu 100 kwacha teti bakane bala ishibata at least ngakona nanga antandala ngayetusha ko kupanda ula choko ngani police anka tusha ko kutoba abantu amapi Da bomba sana pa station every time pa Lusaka Central pa shani kula mfafe senti yaba kairi. 3 ego teti bakane. A government must be creative and the people must go outside there. Tepalu ngakana. Ama nese zingaba shibatu. Ba nese abashire bomba this week. Bala mkutamba Victoria Force. Kuli kasari bale funya kwa 100 kwacha. When their salaries are okay. Ngabaya kuria ama drink bale enwa. Ngabaya kuria ba Africa no kwa baadi ya no kwa kuraleko kodi. That's how people live. But indirectly, the government can make money. But because you have got people who can't think, they think good things are bad. If you can fail to manage holidays, then you are not a government. Because a good government can manage holidays. And the people that can even demand for more holidays. Because it will give more government avenues. It will give more government revenues. But because we have got people who want to think the way people are thinking 1980, you bring in somebody who was a minister when we are in analog. You bring in somebody who was a gadder. He doesn't even know how to operate a phone. All what they know is WhatsApp. All what they know is Facebook. They don't even know how to operate other. A phone can do a lot of things. You can make money using a phone. But because the people that manufactured a phone, they created a job for somebody outside there. But you can't use a phone to make money. Because you are still in analog. Ngabashita phone ikuru. Ineshi bomfia phone yakuru. Bomfia ka phone yaka nono aka. You are still in analog. You can't develop because your mind is limited. We are into smartphones. Everything can be done on smartphones. You can send the documents. You can receive documents. You can receive email. You can send the email. You can do business. You can buy cars using a phone. You can send the money using a phone. Everything. You can't go in town. If you want, you are in Lusaka. You can stay 1 year without going into town. Everything is done on a phone. You can use Yango. You tell people, you just book. When you see good things, you want to cross level step yakufuala. Wala in the boutiques of Lusaka. Wala monaitisha kufuala Chisuma. Their numbers there you go. Therefore kosa iso in sapato. Trousers never kosa iso. Waba tumina. Nishinge ndrama watuma. Through yate mobile money. Watuma. Yango, put here on Yango. If you have fiala isa. Wafuala. Waya. You can't go to town. And you can reduce the nonsense of going to town. Some of you go to town to do what? When everything can be done on a phone, you have got money on your phone. You can order on your phone. You can pay on your phone. Things that can come. A Honda can bring you food at your home. There's no need of going there's no need of going to go and buy pizza. There is no need of going to go to Angry Lion. Tiari pafiria. Na bana ka girlfriend da ba kashi bare na kuri Angry Lion. You can do everything online. But because you are spending money to go to Angry Lion on transport instead of booking a Honda which will bring food at your doorstep. Mula ya kuma ya adi baiche bandi, mwa ya kuma kabronga, kula kuma chara wadi leko ukia kuma Angry Lion. Bastafe Honda Angry Lion ni papa, nenda la maadipira, ashtala book Honda, Angry Lion ni panse ya kaba, areria, aina munganda leberenga. Abweba kuma komboni, kuya ku Angry Lion. Let's go to Angry Lion. Wa baronesha kukanwa. Wa baronesha dipana ninchushi. Na wekala pa pizza badala na pizza. Don't eat in the public, man. Everything, you can do everything at your comfort zone. Now we can hotel. Everything can be done. You can transfer your money from bank to phone, from phone to bank. You can do everything. You can sell a vehicle without meeting a client. You can make money without meeting a client. Just a phone. But because your government is analog, you can't think in digital. You can book air ticket without going to where they sell tickets. You only say, which aeroplane am I going to use? I'll use this. Okay. My flights from Kwete, you can check. Bakwete my flights time here, so and so and so. Okay, I'll be going at 22 hours. Okay, how much money is this? Okay, where can I transfer? Okay, I'll transfer it in the account. Papa. Okay, ticket yaisa. Pa yaisa ticket. Flight time yobe. Papa. Ulimunganda. Papa. Waima wa. Amkuni nendek. Not you get cover mkuni perendalama. No, but because things have changed. We need leaders who can think in digital, not in analog. Bale kokote fiwaya. Mule kokote fiwaya. Dila bale ya kuskuru bale kokote fiwaya. Imamu dedi ama pizza. Ela bale ya kuskuru. Bale endo na makasa barefooted. Imamu le fuwade nsapata. Bale ya kuskuru. Bale belenga jerita ndi mulenga. On analog books, you are using a phone to read everything. Everything is on the internet. So you cannot think in analog. You have to think in digital. And you need the people who can think in digital. That's how you can develop a nation. So brothers and sisters, Naranda sana. Desami pale. May God bless the Republic of Zambia and the people of the Republic of Zambia. May God bless the people of Mozambique. That God unite us. Together we can make Africa to be a better place for all of us to live in. I'll be crossing over back so that you can say,